Oh.
All right, here we go.
Oh.
Little technical difficulty. Now I believe we're live. TexAgs Watch Along, Ryan Brauninger and Mr. Chris Taylor back for week 2. CT, thank you for coming back.
Absolutely.
If A&M gets in another tight game, I'm guessing we're going to get nervous CT again.
You will. You'll get it.
No question.
You'll probably get it from the start this week. So it's hard to keep them still.
Well, we tried to turn the AC down to where it would be comfortable through the whole game in the studio. So I'm already sweating, been running recruits in and out all day. Bobby Taylor came by, Bryce Anderson, Connor Wigman, a whole group of A&M commits and targets on campus today as the Aggies getting ready to kick off here tonight against the Mississippi State Bulldogs, and Mike Leach making his return to College Station in Kyle Field, I believe for the first time since he was the head coach of the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
A long time ago.
Panning shot here of Kyle Field as the SEC Network gets ready with their open. Looks like a really good crowd as the Bulldogs take the field.
It never gets old running into that place.
I bet coming out of that tunnel's got to be incredible.
Wow.
Are we all good on the stream? Can you hear us? I'm guessing everybody can hear us because Dalton hasn't come in here and told me that we have screwed up yet. Tommy Hart, great friend of TexAgs, on the call tonight. One of my favorite play-by-play guys, not even on the SEC Network and in all of college football. With former Bachelor contestant Jordan Rogers.
Jordan Rogers.
How we feeling in the chat? I mean, rough one last week. Then the Hogs go on the road to Georgia today and get absolutely blasted by the Bulldogs. And kind of, there were people on the boards this week that maybe thought that's what Arkansas was what we saw today.
Yeah.
And that, it really could have highlighted maybe where A&M and Texas were.
I think a lot of it, Arkansas last week, I mean, from the start, and, I had buddies that watched the game, and they just said it looked like Arkansas played harder than we did. And, that's hard to believe. You're going into your SEC opener that somebody outplays you. But he said it is like Arkansas wanted it a lot more than A&M did.
Some team news going into tonight. 9 A&M starters or contributors, according to our pregame list, are out. See if I can remember them off the top of my head without looking them up on Twitter. But it's Brian George, it's Brian Williams, it's Keldrick Carper. There's 3 in the secondary. Miles Jones obviously will be limited. We have no Chase Lane, no Hez Jones, no Caleb Chapman, and no Akinola Ogunbi.
Wow.
The offensive line, we're anticipating a starting offensive line of Jameer Johnson at left tackle.
Okay.
Kenyon Green back in his left guard spot where he was an All-American. Bryce Foster at center. Layden Robinson at right guard, and then Reuben Fothery gets the start again at right tackle, which I know you were really – the offensive line, actually, when you go back and looked at it, CT, they started playing a little bit better last week toward the end of the game.
They did. With that move, when you move Green out to left tackle and Trainer over to right guard, it kind of hit some of those I guess, those bad plays, and they were able to hold up. And we just didn't make the plays down the stretch. So good to have Layden Robinson back. I can tell you that.
Well, all those injuries in the secondary kind of worry you against a Mike Leach offense because you're going to have to tackle in space.
You're going to have to. And I think he said Chappelle is starting tonight. Excited to see him. I mean, I think he's played well this season, but man, as always, I'm always excited to watch 27 play, man. And Antonio Johnson he's a ball hawk. He's always around. I think he has an interception and makes some big plays in the secondary tonight.
He's going to be around the football. He's been that way all year. I'd love to see Jalen Jones get his hand on the football. As a corner, we haven't heard much from Jalen Jones this year, and I think that's a good thing, right? Like that means he's essentially locked down his side of the field.
Yeah. I mean, I think these guys. I look for big things from the secondary tonight. I think DeMarvin has a big game. I think Clemens has a big game. I think they get after Ole Miss's quarterback. Not Ole Miss, sorry, Mississippi State's quarterback. I'm thinking ahead. We just got through watching the Bama game, but I think they get after Mississippi State. They put pressure, and he makes some errant throws, and our guys have, they have a field day back there tonight.
Team entrance here being filmed. We don't see this very often, but it looks like a really good crowd at Kyle Field on a Saturday late evening, early night, it was humid and muggy today. All that rain that was supposed to blow in, it never came, but it brought the humidity level was through the roof throughout the day.
Now it stayed south. I drove through some of it coming from Houston today, so it I guess once it got towards Plantersville, Navasota, it went away. But no, it is definitely hot and humid. Yeah, that interest is sweet.
Yep. TXP7M8 says a sense of urgency on offense would be great. I agree. Getting how they start with Zach, not only with Zach, but the running backs, and how I'm really interested to see that, because it wasn't good enough last week.
No,
it wasn't good enough from the top down. And I think, Billy was on air talking about it after Isaiah Spiller ripped off that big run to get you back in the game against Arkansas. I think he touched the ball. I think they only ran the ball 6 times the rest of the game, or it was – I can't remember. There was like 9 plays after that where you didn't run the ball at all. So I think what happened,
it wasn't enough.
Right.
It was, and I'm interested to see, we talked about the physicality, and after the game, we did the post game, and, me and Leone talked about it. Just, we were not very tough at the point of attack.
Right.
It was soft. And, I'm interested to see if Jimbo challenged those guys this week, if, the offensive line is firing off, the defensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage, because in the SEC, the line of scrimmage, that is what you have to control to be able to win ball games. So I'm interested to see if he challenged those guys and if they come out with a different level of intensity going into this ball game.
Jeff Hutton says, I spent 5 days in the hospital this past week, but I'm here. Jeff, glad you're okay. Glad you're joining us. Hopefully, 4 hours of A&M football can get your mind off of whatever you got going on. Hopefully it can take away from your stress level.
Yes.
Not add to it.
Praying for a speedy recovery for Jeff.
S. Bro says, I'm not comfortable. I don't care what any of the experts say. I haven't seen anything that's made me feel like this is a W just to write in. You're right. There isn't any games left on this A&M schedule aside from maybe PV where you can say, okay, A&M's going to win the game.
Yeah. I mean, we're in the SEC. Anybody can show up. Anybody can get it done. And so, I'm interested to see what these guys do. We're starting at the 25.
Yep.
Let's
interesting kick. Ball was kicked high and short to Jalen Preston, who's the second return man. They fair catch it inside the 10. Aggies will start 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Fair start. I'm interested to see what Jimbo does early to get Calzada settled in, to settle those feet down. I hate to see him get to the top of his drop and then he feels pressure and now he's running out of there. Love to see him step up and slide up in that pocket and make plays.
I formation, switch the tight end. Backside. Father, he just got beat at the point of attack, tackle for loss. Again, you're going to have growing pains. We talked about it with Bryce Foster last week. Ruben making I believe this is his second start. You have to learn at playing at this level in the offensive line, like any failure in your technique is going to result in you getting beat.
Yes. And you said this, before we came on air, you'd like to see a little more tempo. Get, wear those defensive linemen out. I love to see a lot of stuff going sideline to sideline, making those guys run.
Oh
no.
Dropped by Damon Demas, deflected into the air and intercepted by Mississippi State, who returns it inside the 20. That's a really good play call. Had a wide open man.
Just got to make the play.
Damon drops it, pops up in the air, and it is an interception.
And this is what worries me. I mean, that play there, Zach he does everything right. And, we don't make the play on the back end. And so, I'm interested to see what Zach does, now. Is that play going to affect him for 4 quarters, or is he going to bounce back and know that that's not him? Our receiver just has to make the play on.
Right. I mean, really good. Love the play call. Got him out of the pocket, changed the throwing point, hit him in the chest, and Damon drops it, lets it pop up in the air. It's interception. Mississippi State 1st and 10 at their own 25, at the A&M 25. Aggies rush 3.
There you go.
Tackle in space. There's your guy.
There's that man.
27.
He is that he's a football player. That guy he's always around the ball. And he's a sure tackler. I love it.
He's a really good player, man. He's an NFL player. Mississippi State quarterback Will Rogers going up against the beat-up A&M secondary. I did see Deuce Harmon on the field to start. Aggies with 3 defensive linemen showing a blitz look. They back out.
There you go. Oh, man.
Good throw. There's Jalen Jones, got beat on the in route.
Dig route, yep.
1st and 10, Mississippi State.
Looks like they bracketed 2 and left the outside one-on-one, and he ran a good route.
Again, not the greatest start for A&M. I mean, that completion would have been big for Zach's confidence.
Mm-hmm. Looks like
the defense has got to.
Yeah, they flip corners over. A&M's man-to-man across the board. They're single high.
Back out a little bit. Motion here to the near side. Swing route. Antonio's got to beat him to the corner. And Mike Leach, it's all about space, man. Yeah. Where can he create space? Where can he get it? And the ball's going there.
And it's interesting because, I mean, that's the second time he's thrown. And, you know, Antonio's been in coverage. I wonder if he saw something on tape, coverage-wise, that, you know, he thought he could exploit this matchup.
Back out of the backfield. And it's Antonio in these first few plays has walked up and playing like an outside linebacker. Mm-hmm. He's on the same depth as Aaron Hansford and Andre White. 2nd and 4, Mississippi State, the A&M 6-yard line. Again, looks like a flare.
Man coverage.
Good coverage. That's good. Bracketed.
There you go.
Tried to get to the corner, CT. Had the underneath corner and Jalen Jones over the top. They're sending the back out early in the snap. Each one of these plays. It's interesting to see if 3rd and 4, if Mike Elko dials something up here, because you're going to be blocking with 5 and that's it.
Yeah. The big play. I mean, you if you're able to stop here and get off the field and just give up 3, that's a big win for the A&M defense.
He likes to run in these spots, Mike Leach does. There's the give.
Man, there you are. There's that field.
Man, that's a really good job by Aaron Hansford. That looked like last year's number 1.
Yes.
Really Aaron Hansford makes the play at the line of scrimmage.
Now, is he going to kick it? This is the fun part about Leach. What's he going to do?
I think they're going to kick it. Looks like the offense is coming off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dan Shedd says, is it just me or is Brawny ahead of my internet stream? If we are ahead, Dan, all you've got to do is hit pause on our broadcast to get us synced up and even.
That's a tough angle.
Yep. It's going to be a 24-yarder from the near hash, and he got it.
Yeah, pushed it through.
So, good job by the defense, I think you got to say, CT.
Yeah.
Give up a first down on a dig route. Bulldogs take a 3-0 lead with less than 5 minutes played.
I think you come back to that, though. You know, you got Zach off the spot. You moved the pocket. It's just, I mean, everything was executed except the catch. I mean, I think you come back to something like that because I'm sure Demas is on the sideline kicking himself. Get him back in the game, get him a touch, and, you know, get him settled down. But, you know, like we stated last week, I think you got to get Anias going early. You've got to get, you know, Demas. You got to get Spiller. But I think the big one is you know, Jalen. He never got into the game last week. He had some drops. I'd like to see get him going really, really early here in this first quarter.
I think it's big to go back to Damon just because that's his first. Remember, you know, he's not played a lot of football at all over the last 2 years of his life.
Right.
That's the first real adversity that's hit him in terms of I made a mistake. It hurts the team. Get the ball back in his hands. Even if it's a 5-yard hitch, let him get hit, let him get tackled.
Yeah, and I think his big thing is he has great hands, and he let that one get in on the body. And, you know, I know he's looking to run afterwards, but secure it, catch it first, and use those hands. He's got great hands. I don't think this week we're going to be as many commercials as CBS. You know, CBS they're going to make sure their sponsors are on them. But we'll see. 3-0.
Again, I'm glad this is, you know, we're watching the game and I don't sit here and read the message boards or I really don't even have my phone open because I can imagine that start has not gone over well with the TexAgs boards.
No, there's a lot of football left though. So
sure.
It's early, you know, not time to panic yet. So
And that's hard. It's hard to say this about the defense because of what that drive just was. But now that's, they gave up 17 points on 3 drives to start the game last week, and now giving up points on a really short field. I mean, the only way that you were not going to give up points there was if you would have got a negative play or a Mississippi State penalty.
Right. Sudden change. I think, for
look at that. Hold on. I don't like this stat that they put up on the screen.
1 pass attempt,
one interception.
But that's not on him.
Right.
I don't think it tells the whole story.
We get a montage highlighting Zach's arm strength here? We know he's got a fantastic arm. Yeah, that was a rocket. He threw it back right there.
Look at all that field, though.
Good play call.
Yeah.
Dan Shedd said, this is way better than the message boards. I bet.
He just had Zach.
Travis McFarland says, "Is this Madisonville's Chris Taylor, the one and only?"
I didn't know there was any more of them. So.
Madison County magician.
Madison County.
Mississippi State kicks off. It goes out of bounds.
Okay, I was wondering. He's going to throw the flag.
Esbro says, "I like the fact that they got Calzada out of the pocket on the roll, threw a decent pass on the run. Maybe big for the game plan." I think so. Like just getting him off the spot.
Yeah, rest your hands there.
Yep. He got into his body. DeMond did and hit his bicep and popped straight up in the air.
Like I said before, I'd love to see, this is one of those drives. I mean, if you have a play here, you get in second and short, 2 or 3. That's one of the, this is one of those plays I'd love to see us take a shot. We didn't take a shot last week. 1st and 10, the A&M 35. And you
Spiller.
see running back comes, you had him in the slant.
You had the slant, and Zach threw the bubble. Looked like it was just a basic bubble slant combination to the top side, and he had the slant, and he paused and then threw the bubble. Then Anias is tackled for a loss.
And what did he see here? Oh, he has the slant. Yeah,
he has big time the slant.
Trust the slant. And you see Mississippi State started in that 3 high safety look. Like
why wouldn't you?
And then they roll down late.
You're going to see probably a lot of the same looks that you saw against Arkansas.
There you go.
Can he get to the sticks? Isaiah outside gets about 9. Be 2nd or 3rd and 1 for the Aggies.
This is a statement play. You got to come downhill. You've got to run and say that we're tougher than you, right? I mean, 3rd and 1, you got to come downhill and go get this first down. But who do you run behind? Do you run to the left side behind your All-American, or do you trust your freshman on the right side? Got beat first play. Where are you running?
I think you run it whichever one of the Mississippi State defensive linemen you saw in film study was the weakest. Hand to Isaiah.
There you
busted it.
He may be gone.
Can he go at the 40?
You don't have it there.
Tripped up, stumbles. He's inside the 15, all the way down to the 12-yard line. How about that, CT?
I love it, man.
They had that fitted up really nice.
Yeah. And they were physical at the point of attack. I mean, when you're able, and Isaiah is able to choose where he wants to go.
Let's see how they blocked it. Bryce Foster just washed it. Layden Robinson washed it. And then a good job by Father climbing to the 2nd level.
Man, a double team and get him up to the 2nd level. That's big.
Again, hand to Isaiah. Jump cut in the hole. I wish you would have pressed that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Gain of about 1 or 2. He's 2nd down and 8. Somewhere around the Mississippi State 15-yard line.
I love the tempo here. Have a big play, you come right back, and now you're right back on the line of scrimmage. You keep them from being able to substitute. You see, I mean, as the game, as it goes on, you're going to see those big D linemen, hands on hips, trying to substitute.
Like I said, it's a humid, muggy night. Trips to the top side.
Going blitz.
Here comes the blitz. Good pickup by Isaiah. Throwing to the corner.
Oh, yes.
Great throw and catch. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
So we will.
Jalen Weidemeyer. There's your guy.
Yes.
You called for it. Beautiful throw by Zach Calzada.
Get him early, and I think you're going to see a different Jalen Weidemeyer this week. And what I love about Zach, that interception didn't affect him.
No.
He came back, he read it, hit the back foot, ball's out, and he let it go. So
Jimbo, do you read Jimbo's his mouth in the first one? He said the first play, the slant's open.
Yeah. You got to throw it.
Great catch by Jalen. Struggled with drops. And drops can be just as much mental as anything, man.
So you've got now 2 of the 3 guys. We talked about getting Anais the football. I know it was a 0. He didn't get any yards, but you got him a touch. You got Jalen a touch, and you've got Fred going, in the run game now. So
Fred, that's his daddy.
Fred.
Isaiah.
I talked to Fred earlier today, so it's
yeah, look at the blitz pickup here. Got people in the chat talking about the blitz pickup. Boom. You want to make money in the NFL? You got to be really good at that as a back.
You got to pick
Isaiah's through his career, he's been a very willing and tough blocker.
Yeah.
Love to see that for Jalen Weidemeyer.
And you'll see the touchdown on the highlights and things tonight, but you're not going to see the blitz pickup by Isaiah getting that linebacker coming up the middle. It's a big play. 7-3. Now our defense has an opportunity to go and, lay those ears back, get after the quarterback and make them make mistakes.
All right, where we got everybody in the chat? We've been up around 100. Got 84 in here currently. Where are we watching from? I think we had Paris, France last week. We've had some from all over the country. I know some in the Rockies out in Wyoming. Real Talk 76 says best offensive series of the year. Hey, you had the big run that helped set it up, but I mean you get credit for it. The problem is we ain't had a lot of great offensive series.
And I mean, the first drive that Haynes had to start the season, I thought it was a really, really good drive. That drive there it mirrored that drive that he had to start the season. So, I mean, this is Mississippi State. With Leach, they're going to come out. They're going to do funky things. They're going to have, they're going to have plays and stuff. But A&M is going to have to keep up scoring with them in order to keep this thing close.
We had some shout outs. Lufkin, Texas. Hallsville, Texas. Tampa, Florida. Pearland, Texas. Kansas City, Missouri. Atlanta, Georgia. Kennesaw, Georgia. San Antonio, Metairie, Sulphur Springs. Houston, Dallas. Idaho Falls. I guess that's in Idaho. Or is that in Texas? Newport Beach, California. Folks from Missouri. Nashville.
Nashville's one of my favorite cities.
Dalton says 20 feet from you. Thank God there's a wall in the way.
Leave it up to Dalton.
7-3. Look, there's a lot that you liked about what just happened right there on the screen. We talked about the guys getting involved, but from a team aspect, it's the bounce back.
Yes.
Last week against Arkansas, you got punched in the mouth, and you didn't respond. Really, they put you on your heels until almost halftime.
Yeah.
Before you were able to get a foothold in the game.
Yeah.
Now, this week, drop, interception, hold them to a field goal, respond, and go 65 yards for a touchdown on the drive.
And what I love, and you pointed it out on that double team, and Father, he got up to the second level. He got beat on the first play. You see guys responding positively and not letting those things affect them. I mean, last week we got hit and had mistakes, and we just never recovered and bounced back. But
that's right.
It's great to see those guys bouncing back, after having negative plays. I love watching.
I'm a Mike Leach fan.
His press conferences are.
So I'm a baseball guy. We talked about it last week, but I like football, the gamesmanship, the scheme of how do I get guys open. So when I really got interested in college football and learning or trying to understand what was going on the field, it was because of Mike Leach's offense. Sack, coverage sack.
Yes.
DeMarvin Leal.
Something I saw interesting there. So A&M is in a zone look on that play. But you have Antonio Johnson. He's the one mirroring that running back. So it's like he's in a spy or a man coverage one-on-one with that running back where the rest of the defense is in a zone look. I wonder if Jimbo and those guys and Elko saw something where that running back was hurting them and you've put one of your best defenders on him to make sure that you neutralize him during the game. Yeah, he's lined up running back side again. It's going to be a chess match.
Got a tackle in space.
Down. There you go.
Good. Deuce Harmon comes up. Aaron Hansford. That's his 5th, 6-year senior, and Aaron Hansford helping out a true freshman and making the tackle in open field. 3rd down, what did we say, CT, about 5 or 6?
Yeah. I mean, you look at this, and even on defense, I mean, you know the guys that have the potential of leaving this year.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at the young guys that are still playing, the future's bright for this defense. They've got some guys that can just flat out play.
They could, in their defensive line haul in 2022, looks like we're showing pressure at the top side. They picked it up. Throw the out route. Yep. Good call. Good play.
Mm-hmm.
1st down, Mississippi State.
Easy throw. And on 3rd, I mean, teams have been doing this to us all season. They've come up, they've challenged us at the line of scrimmage, made us make plays. I'd love to see, a little press coverage, a little press man. Make those receivers get off the press, see if they're able to do it early in the game. Zone look here.
That's essentially turned into their running game. That's about a 3 or 4 yard completion. Hansford on the tackle. We're rushing 3 and content to have it all in front of us.
Yeah.
We did this a lot last year against Mississippi State, and we just flat out whipped them up front.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest turning point in the game. But Stanford just scored the tie against Oregon.
We're saying our 3 are better than your 5.
Clemens beat his man, but again, they're running out there and just sitting in front of the defense.
Yeah.
7 yard pickup, 1st down, Mississippi State, getting close to midfield.
I think Elko, the bend but don't break.
Mm-hmm.
And
listen, it maybe you got all these injuries in the secondary. He may not be wanting to put guys at risk. He may not be wanting to put a Deuce Harmon at risk right now, or a Tyreek Chappelle.
I mean, you think last week, we did come up. We've got press at the bottom down here. We can't impress, and we gave up the big play over the top. Now, granted, that's
that they just ran that little running back angle that A&M ran so much last week against Arkansas. Again, gains 3.
Run play, yep.
Justin Boyd says, why pressure on 3rd and 6? I mean, if they wouldn't have pressured and sat back and they'd have picked it up, you'd have said, why didn't we pressure on 3rd and 6?
I mean, sometimes, those guys are on scholarship too. They win plays as well.
Mm-hmm.
Another zone.
Mm-hmm. They ran.
Leon
overruns the football.
Overran it.
Mississippi State now at the A&M 30-yard line.
You got 2 corners. You got 2 freshmen starting. You got 2 freshman corners out there.
Mm-hmm.
Chappelle and Harmon.
See what happens here.
Yeah,
Leon just overran it.
We didn't get him on the ground. Bad tackling.
Mississippi State showing this motion where they oh man, Tyreek Chappelle missed a tackle.
We got a tackle.
Simple stop route. Mississippi State receiver slips the tackle on Tyreek Chappelle, and Bulldogs are all the way inside the A&M 10-yard line.
And Mississippi State, they understand what our front can do, how they can disrupt plays.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you see, it's quick game, 3-step drop. He's getting the ball out of his hands. He's not sitting back there holding it. Easy reads. I mean,
you can't, like people were talking in the chat about pressure. The ball's out, man.
It's quick. I mean, I don't care. You could put Miles back out there. As fast as they're getting it out, you're not going to get pressure on that. Oh, you got a tackle. Oh, you got a tackle.
Good play on the corner there by Deuce Harmon. They had it stuffed at the line of scrimmage and bounced it all the way out to the A&M sideline, to this close near sideline. 2nd and goal, Mississippi State.
A really good tackle.
He is short. They're on the ball. 2nd and goal at the 1 for State.
4 wide. You spread it out. There you
Stuffed.
go. Nice stop.
Loss of maybe 2, 1.5. Be 3rd and goal from the A&M 2-yard line. Jaden Peavy in on that tackle. Boy, he's a good player.
Yes. I think you have to look for the picks here. They say
Rubs.
the rub routes. I think they're going to try to slip somebody out into the flat, have 2 guys come down and make our guy run the hump. So But it's going to be something quick, probably. I can't see him sitting back there holding the football against that pass.
Watch a zone read keep here by Will Rogers too. Fade.
Oh, throws the fade. They're not on the same page.
Right.
Good.
Oh, no way. They're going to call a holding on Jalen Jones at the line of scrimmage. That ball was.
That is terrible. I mean, that's terrible. I can't believe this call.
I cannot believe that this is going to be called. I got to see a replay. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. It's a face mask.
And that call makes a little more sense.
Man, tough break.
Got to get your hands down.
Yep, it's a face mask. Yeah. He did. He caught it. Jalen Jones' right hand caught his face mask.
Oh, you got to get your hands down.
It's going to be 1st and goal, Mississippi State, now at the A&M 1 again.
Mm-hmm. I don't like goal line football these days. I mean, what happened to you got 22 guys within a yard of the line of scrimmage.
Damani Richardson loses his helmet.
Really, really, really good play. You got Peavy in there again too.
My deal is, who's the other safety tonight with all these guys hurt? May have to be maybe a freshman, Jordan Gilbert, come in. Because now Damani's got to go out for a play.
That's really good right there.
See who we got in the game. I can't. It looks like Jordan Gilbert there, standing on the S, and Texas in the end zone. 2nd and goal. Out route. Caught. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Touchdown. Quick out route.
Quick out.
We're not going to have a shortage of points today, I don't think.
Good drive by Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Nickel and dime A&M all the way down there. Big play was the miss on the 5-yard out, the missed tackle.
Yeah, and then you've got 3rd down and you get your hands in the face mask and give them a 1st down, and instead of a field goal opportunity.
So with 2:58 left in the first quarter, Mississippi State goes back on top. It's 10-7.
This thing is going nuts over here.
You got a bunch of group chats?
I guess so. I mean, it's family giving me a hard time. That's who it is. So,
they're watching you on the stream?
Yeah, you know, family is sometimes your worst enemy. So.
That's right. So, CT, we got to say it. To start games in back-to-back weeks, that's 5 drives in a row.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where they have scored.
Giving up points.
Yep, giving up points.
Now we put an asterisk on the first drive of this game. I mean, it is points, but you have a sudden change, short field. I think they did a great job to hold them to 3. But on that one, I mean, nickel and dime all the way down the field. They moved the ball. They broke tackles. They made plays, and they put 7 on the board. So, yeah, I'd like to see the defense tighten up a little bit. Not sit back in that zone. I understand why, but challenge these guys. Challenge them to make plays. And so, it's going to be interesting to see the chess match between Leach and Elko going forward in this one.
17 points in the first quarter. I didn't know when I was thinking about this game that we'd get to 17 until total points until late, 3rd quarter, 4th quarter.
Well, it looks like, Dalton's in some trouble. He had 17-16. That score is done. So it'd be nice to hold them to 16. So
it'd be interesting to see if they start walking up in the face of these receivers, but still kind of stay in a zone concept, but just give them, because they're getting the ball out so quick and not allowing A&M's biggest advantage, that defensive front, to play a part in the game so far in the first quarter. You just wonder if, can they get them where those routes develop a little bit slower, give you a chance to get in there and make a play on Will Rogers. Don't forget, I mean, that drive had a sack in it.
Yeah.
And
it did. Yeah. And I mean, maybe have the approach. You put 2 high safeties, you challenge them to run the football and say that, our front is better and our linebackers filling and scraping and filling and making sure handed tackles. Maybe that's the game plan. But I don't think the way you beat a Mike Leach team is you sit back and let them continue to nickel and dime, because he's going to continue to take it until you make him change it.
He knows that he's going to snap the ball quick enough that there's going to be enough plays in the game where I can nickel and dime you, and all I need is the 120 or 30-yard completion on the drive to score.
Yeah. So, I'd love to see those corners come up, press across the board, keep those 2 safeties high to help over the top, and then say that our D-line is good enough to be able to stop their run. So.
See what Mississippi State does on this kickoff here. Had 2 interesting kicks.
A pooch and then one out of bounds. I'd love to see him get his hands on it and go.
A-Chain will field it at the 3. Get a chance to return.
Oh, man. He had some room.
The guy makes plays, man.
Yeah.
And you're just, when he returns a kick, CT, I'm like, if he can just get through the first wave clean, he's going to score, because nobody's going to catch him.
You're not going to catch him.
Good return. Aggies will start out past the 30. Those are kind of those hidden yards, like you don't think about that at the end of the game. Is how was A&M on, where'd they start after kickoffs and stuff like that?
I think field position is going to be big. It's I think if A&M's pinned deep, Mississippi State is counting on us to make mistakes, and I think the same is true.
There goes A-Chain.
Oh, man. He might.
Cut the grass, CT.
Yeah,
if he stays on his feet there, they're not catching him.
Yeah, he's still running right now.
He knows it too. Look at him.
I need to get my hands on a pair of those cleats, though. Not that I'm going to do anything in them, but those are nice.
Said it last week. Every time 6 touches it, it could go.
It could go. And I like this. I mean, you've got them spread out. You've got the box defined. Now they roll down to having 5 men down, but
A-Chain again, out to the outside. Another 15, 20-yard run.
Man. I mean, if it's not broke, keep doing it.
Well, can't go broke taking a profit, CT. Good job, Bryce Foster.
Yeah. Man. It's good to see him doing that. I mean, he got pushed around a little bit last week, but it's really good to see him. There's
no substitute, and you know this, for reps.
Right.
He just needs them, and he's going to have growing pains. Father, he's going to have growing pains, but the only way to get through them is you just keep snapping the football. Feeding A-Chain here. They stacked the box there.
Need demons not to stand around that pile. That's how you have rolled ankles and you have injuries. So
2nd and 9, A&M on the plus side of the field. 1 minute and 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Mississippi State leads 10-7.
Preston up top. And I like this flex. You get Watermeyer out away from the O-line, and you let him work in space. Easy
far side throw to Anias. They're going to give him forward progress. Yeah.
There you go. We'll take it.
That's going to be an extra 15.
But that was an easy throw.
I'll say we don't have TV audio, so I don't know when that whistle, when they blew it. So I don't know what the excessive there is on Mississippi State.
I'm looking, and regardless, you can't really dump a man on the back of his helmet. And
that's their best player too, Emmanuel Forbes. That's their best player on defense. That's a big time throw from Zach. Showed the arm strength there. Serious RPMs across the field.
He has the tools. He just has to settle in, and he's got to trust it. And I say trust because of that first slant. He didn't trust it. And he comes off and he throws the swing, and it's a negative play.
Is this a little bit of a flop here? Anias went kind of limp and then fell over.
I think it's not so much on him as the other guy. I think the other guy's the one who was a little excessive.
Aggies at the Mississippi State 18-yard line, 50 seconds to go in the quarter. Play action. over the middle,
You don't
high
throw that
throw.
one.
Yep.
That's not a bad throw. I mean, you get the line up and run another play. So that's a good spot.
He does get high over the middle sometimes, and that's dangerous, CT.
Yeah.
In this area of the field, it's not as dangerous because there's just a goalpost behind you. But if you're on your half and you airmail something over the middle, there's usually a safety hiding out back there. 2nd and 10 A&M from the Mississippi State 18.
I'm interested to see what they do on the back end. I mean, you see how they're keeping too high. They're daring A&M to run the football. I mean, you've got a running box.
Calzada keeps run. That was like an RPO, but the receivers, I don't know if the receivers knew it was an RPO. Zach gains 6. 3rd down and 4. The Aggies do not have to snap it again in the first quarter.
Now, what I do want to see Zach understand, this situation here, you don't have to score a touchdown here. You're in field goal range. 3 is better than turning it over and giving them the football. So if it's not there, throw it out of bounds. Let A&M come out and attempt a field goal. So it's not one of those that he has to force a ball into a window.
The Aggies are at the line. We'll see if they snap it.
Oh, you've got Demas. They
won't snap it.
Oh, you had the coverage you want.
Yep. Quarter ends, Mississippi State 10, Texas A&M 7. Aggies facing a 3rd and about 5 or 6. Jimbo not happy.
I hope they come back to that because you were going to have Demas in a matchup there, and it's the same route that Jalen ran that Demas was going to have an opportunity to make a play on.
Hey, I'm grabbing stuff from upstairs. Water?
Richard's taking an order.
Maybe water.
Water?
Yeah, water.
I'll take a seltzer water.
Lemon lime?
If that one lemon lime, and then if they have orange, I'd take an orange as well. I got a little tickle in my throat, Richard. I might need 2. What? Dalton's yelling at us. Dalton, after you shot all those bots in week 1, they haven't come back. Whoa. I'm glad the stream couldn't see you there.
That's the man who makes
everybody say something mean about Dalton. If you want A&M to convert on this 3rd and 6, I need your best Dalton insult. Say something about his intelligence or about how there was a former TexAgs employer that might be his daddy.
I'm sorry, Dalton. My bad.
I'm not talking about Billy. Michael Dodd said we need some brown water.
I'm gonna take regular water.
CT's got to drive. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm here tonight. So,
are you okay? Okay.
I'm here. I'm not going anywhere tonight.
Well, it'd be nice if we could get to a point in the game where we could maybe, close the 4th quarter with one.
Well, my legs are not so nervous. I'm already there.
Half a rack of ribs.
He comes down with food and everything.
What is that, pizza? From Double Dave's. Are you about to be on stream, Richard?
I think they love Richard.
There he goes. Everybody say hello to Richard.
Thank you, sir.
Of course.
There's some things I can't read.
Who did Dalton whip?
Whoa. Hey.
Whoa.
You can't.
Terry B, I don't know what you're up to, bro.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Yikes.
I guess he's saying that Dalton is some kind of agent. Stanford upsets Oregon in overtime.
Really?
Wow. So the Ducks fall after going into Ohio State and winning.
Is Matt Dickerson, he's Clutchy Matt, right?
I think so.
What's up, homie?
I love Richard with all these hearts. Where's the banana pudding?
He's a fan.
That's what I'm saying. No, he's for the female TexAgs contingency, of which there's not much.
I'm like the step below Logan.
That one.
He gets a lot of
That one subscriber said his nieces love thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it was Hank. Hank, he texts in the show a lot.
Jack Daniels is a 5-star. I don't agree. I don't agree.
A lot of
We
potential.
drink Rebecca Creek here.
Yeah.
Well, I think it depends on which one. Single barrel, I can give him that.
Okay. Bronny, do you think we see any of Bose tonight? I don't think so, unless
Now with Zach start, I don't think.
right. Now, I do think if it would have gotten into one of these deals like last week, at some point you start looking over and say, I got to see what I've got.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think he's been Zach's managed the game. I think he's done well to start the game.
Jimbo, I feel like Jimbo's always yelling at the A&M offense to hurry up coming out of a break.
I mean, you call the play from the sideline. If we get a delay here, this is crazy.
Or have to burn a timeout, 3 on the play clock. They do get it snapped.
They dropped it. Nope, eat it.
Oh, and he fumbled it.
Lord, he got it back. He got it
No,
back.
he didn't.
He did not.
He did not.
Oh, he gave it to us.
He gave that ball to A&M. That's incredible. That should be a fumble in Mississippi State's ball.
I think they're saying he controlled it. Oh, I think he has it there.
It wasn't bad protection.
No. Yeah, he has it there.
Yeah, I guess that's what you're saying.
Not the worst thing. I mean, with our kicker.
Says Small right down the middle from – that ended up being a pretty tough kick there. What was it, 40? I was looking down at the chat. It's going real fast now. Talking about Dalton graduated from Blinn.
Yeah, give Dalton a break, man. Dalton's good.
Hardest working man at TexAgs,
Oh,
no
man,
question.
Good. I love to see that. Mike Evans is, man.
What a great ambassador for A&M. What a great human being in general.
Yeah.
I know he's still very much involved down there in Galveston County. They're showing him a picture right there at Galveston Ball.
City.
One of the best, one of the all-time best.
Man.
Hall of Famer.
Hats off to him. Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people that I think if you ask them about the last 10 years of A&M football, who their favorite player was, I bet Johnny and Mike Evans are pretty close.
Yeah. I'm a huge Mike Evans fan. I mean, you know, just as I've gotten to, you know, I don't know him personally, but just getting a chance to see the things that he's doing, you know, in his community and even in Tampa Bay. I mean, man, it's hard not to like a guy like Mike Evans.
Caden Davis, as usual, through the back of the end zone. Mississippi State will start first 10 at the 25. This is their third possession.
I'm interested to see the Elko adjustments.
Yeah. 10 of 11 to start for Will Rogers for 77 yards and a touchdown.
Hey, you've got to disrupt that. You got to get him off his spot. He's too comfortable right now.
Michael Dodd in the chat says Kyle Field looks and sounds great on TV. We can't hear it.
Yeah.
But hopefully the 12th man's out in full force. There's some big-time recruits in the stands that you need to impress.
There you go. Pressed up top.
Backed off late.
Still in zone.
Over the middle.
Oh, man.
Good throw. One play, Mississippi State out to midfield.
11 for 12. 3-man rush, it looks like. Yep. Now
that was the one time where we could have brought pressure.
Well, we added late.
Mm-hmm. Eric says, why don't we have sound? It's because when we have sound, it kind of messes with what our conversation back and forth.
My focus is not that good. I can't focus on all.
Very interesting play call there on a misdirection option to the Mississippi State side. Picks up 7. Their best run of the day.
Mm-hmm. And he's a little
ginger
going off.
Mike Leach is in his index cards.
I don't show it.
Bubble screen's going to get a first down. Tyreek Chappelle having some big-time issues tackling.
We missed another tackle.
Mississippi State on the move again.
Mm-hmm.
They're at the A&M 30.
He's in a rhythm right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you know, as long as we keep rushing, again, 3-man.
Isaiah Rakes, good job. Just pushed his man, made him run the bubble in the backfield, and then
good tackle by Harmon.
Deuce Harmon on the tackle. Second down 9, Mississippi State. 12:35 to go in the second quarter.
And this was my last game at A&M. Jackie versus RC.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Snowball?
Yeah.
I forgot you were in that one.
Mm-hmm. Man, it
Wasn't a good day for the receivers.
No, man, it was miserable. I never want to play anything like that again.
Again, that three down lineman
3-man rush. We're gonna drop 8.
got to go tackle Deuce. Oh, he dropped
We
it.
dropped it.
One thing about Deuce Harmon that I saw in the recruiting process, in his high school tape, when you watch him in 7-on-7 settings, like his nose for the football, really good. He tackles well on tape, but even in 7-on-7 where you weren't tackling, I felt like he was always, centered up with his guy.
Yeah,
was going to be in a good spot to make a play.
He triggers fast, man. I mean, you saw on that one, he read it, put his foot in the ground, and he was there.
3rd and 8, kind of in no man's land. We'll see. I don't know what Mississippi State's got for a kicker, but this may be 2-down territory, CT.
28 yards.
Be a 45-yard field goal about.
I don't like how quickly we're tipping our hand.
No, DeMarvin Leal. What an incredible play.
He made a play. That's a really, really good play by him.
Engaged, gets that big paw up there, bats the pass down, 4th and 8. Now I don't know if you go for it. If you're State, you may try a long field goal. There's that spin move. Quarterback's eyes. Good play.
45 yards.
This kid's going to make a lot of money playing football, CT.
Yeah. Oh, man, he had some room to run, too.
They're going to go for it? Looks like they're lining up for a field goal block here.
We got to be smart here. Don't give them free 5.
Kick is up. It's hooking. He missed it. Wide left.
There you go, D.
Aggie defense gets a stop. What a huge play by DeMarvin Leal.
Because if he completes that, he had a little room to run on the outside.
Listen, I don't know that he gets the first down. We can't see that, but obviously you're in a spot where they're going to pick up some plus yards and make that field goal a little bit closer.
Well, even then, I mean, you pick up 4 or 5 on that play. Now Leach may think, I'm close enough, I can go for it. So, 4th and 3 is a whole lot different than 4th and 8.
Did you see what happened in the Texas TCU game earlier? One of TCU's starting DBs went out on their first or second drive with a targeting call that the only reason why it wasn't called on the field.
Mm-hmm.
And the incompletion brought it to 4th down. Texas is getting ready to punt from inside their own 15-yard line. So TCU's probably going to get good field position. Well, TCU's punt team runs out there. They've only got 9 men on the field, punt return team. So Gary Patterson has to run down, call a timeout.
Oh, yeah.
So during that commercial break after the timeout, the booth reviewed the targeting call, and I still thought the strike zone was low. I thought he hit him in his armpit, upper chest.
Yeah.
But they flagged it for targeting. So TCU loses a possession. So that's essentially a turnover because you lost the possession. First down, Texas, and you lose one of your starters at DB all in the first quarter.
That's tough. I mean,
Dalton and Richard, this is the most we've seen them in the studio, CT.
I know. He's
pizza rolls.
Hey, Richard's excited because the Padres.
Who'd they beat?
The Padres beat the Giants, so the Dodgers can get within 1 with 1 to play.
Win tonight?
So if the Dodgers lose, the Giants win the West.
Now, if the Dodgers win, is it a 1-game playoff?
Game 1. Would be within 1. There's still 2 games.
So what happens if they end with the same record? There'll be a playoff? Yeah, okay. And then the loser of that one goes into a 1-game wild card with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Richard's a very anxious little boy right now. Anxious. I said anxious. All right.
Well, he loves his Dodgers, man.
He does. Hopefully A&M will give you something to be happy about before the Dodgers game, Richard, because I know
that means so much.
Clayton Kershaw's departure, potential never pitching for the Dodgers again has got to sit heavy on your heart today. No.
Well, but one thing with that though, he's Kershaw has struggled in the postseason, so that may not be. You're right. He rewrote a few things, but traditionally he's had problems in the postseason.
CT's a baseball dad.
Yeah.
Hand to Isaiah Spiller to start this next drive.
It's a good run.
Good run. Picks up 8. Isaiah Spiller's very good. It looks like the offensive line is playing a little bit better tonight,
Yeah.
at least in the run fit, CT.
More physical. I like it.
Aggies 2nd and 2 at their own 36-yard line. Pistol formation. Tight set to the top of the
And
formation.
you look down here. I mean,
I bet the ball's going right there.
oh,
what
State-
happened? Yeah, he
State.
should have pressed that one.
Yes.
Tackled at the line of scrimmage. I wish we could see a replay there.
That's that situation. Just stay on course.
Yep.
Go get the first down.
One of the very few times you'll see Isaiah make a bad
Mhm.
jump cut. 3rd and 2. Don't want to punt it right back to State after your defense was on the field for a while.
This drive has been a bunch of. Now you've got the bunch.
And the
Bring
crowd.
them all over. We went back to that. Oh man,
Good play by the Mississippi State defender. We had 2 guys in the same spot though, CT.
It
That misdirection, and you had a guy open, but the unblocked man got in Zach's face and deflected it. But you have to wonder, you had 2 guys standing in the same area.
Mhm.
See, Wademeyer leaks out, and so does Anias is coming from the other side of the formation.
And I'm not even sure that if we complete that we get enough for the first down. You had guys.
And we got a flag here.
I can't if it's on us.
There's no foul on the play. 4th down.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's on us, they'll decline that.
So it looks like the Aggies will punt.
Man, Jimbo, he's always in somebody's mix, man.
Yeah.
There's never not a play that he's not after somebody.
The old coaching adage is you're either coaching it or letting it happen.
Yeah.
So if something happens that he don't agree with, he's not just going to let it happen. He's going to coach it.
I'm still wondering about
Our punter has been sensational this
he's
year.
been really good, really good. But
Good kick from Constantino, A&M. A fair catch at the 14-yard line.
I'm still wondering why we're snapping at that angle. Did you see balls on the hash? He's a good
Right.
3 yards to the sideline.
I'm wondering if they
Snap.
figured out that it doesn't make that big of a difference in terms of your blocking,
Mhm.
but it helps the punter with an angle toward the sideline maybe. Maybe it helps him pin it where he wants it, because a lot of Constantino's kicks this year have been angled at the
Mhm.
sideline.
Just it's an interesting formation to me. Blue Jays and Orioles.
And you'd like to see A&M get the first down there. Defense came up big.
Now you put them right back on the field. I want to see the defense not show their hands so quickly. I mean, I don't know if there's a dummy call that Mississippi State has that's having A&M declare what they're going to do, and then it makes it an easy read, So
Cody Brockmeyer brings up a good point. That was 2nd and 2. You don't convert.
mhm.
And look, I like the 3rd down play call. You had 2 guys open, and somebody screwed up, and Jimbo was getting into somebody we didn't see whenever they came off the field. But Isaiah didn't push the hole enough on the 2nd down run. And then you get quick pressure in Zach's face and a batted ball on 3rd down.
I mean, even on that drive, I like, because I think there was something there on that 2nd down play. I mean, you come right back, and Isaiah runs for 8 the first carry. Bad read on the second one, but I think you come back. I mean, the O-line is playing well. Let's see them put some drives together and get behind those 5 and go down and score.
What are we eating tonight? Night game, 7 o'clock kick. Everybody sitting in front of your TV. You got us tuned in. What's for dinner, and then what kind of what you washing it down with? We've got our seltzer water, sparkling water, and regular water here
This
tonight.
should be interesting. I can't wait to hear some of these responses. It's no telling what's about to be said.
Esbro says Aussie punter spent his whole life kicking against the spin of the earth in Australia. Now he's kicking with it, and it's just easier. It's bro science, he said.
Wonder how much Dalton
has an interception dance.
Oh, no, that one I've got to see.
Yeah. First and 10, Mississippi State from their own 15.
They press. No, we bail out. Looks like
showing pressure.
Going to zone. Easy
Tackle.
read. Nice tackle.
Torpedoed by Deuce Harmon. Guy makes a good job staying on his feet. Gets up a minimal game.
Man, he triggers. I think we're content to stay in that zone look. And then there's the adjustment.
Clemens that's a hold. There's a hold on Michael Clemens. Did they get it?
Doesn't look like it.
Nope. He went to spin back inside, CT, and it looked like the offensive lineman just grabbed him when he gave him his back.
Is that dig route again?
Mm-hmm.
3-man rush.
Shovel pass. Mike Leach staple. Good play.
Man, did he face mask you? Or he had him inside the
inside. That's inside the horse collar. You can't have that. It's a good play by Jaden Peavy because that may have gone for a little bit.
Wow.
Mike Leach complaining about the horse collar.
He didn't believe it was one either, though. Again, we're in the zone.
We have rushed 3 all night. That was actually a really good throw.
Yes.
Ball's dropped. 3rd and 6, Mississippi State. Look at this passing chart, CT.
Now,
this kid's going to have that Tommy John. Look at
but
they got to keep him on a pitch count.
I mean, behind the line. Now, he's not bad from 0 to 15. He's been pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
He's been off target going deep, though.
That was an outstanding throw.
Mm-hmm. Now we've got,
pressure
pressure. And we
backed out.
Oh, Clemens got chipped. Got to come tackle.
Tackle. Good play,
Nice
Antonio
play.
Johnson. Listen, DeMarvin Leal's had a great year on defense, but he's been A&M's best defender.
Yes.
The Aggie defense has had a lot of guys play well.
Yes.
Peavy's played well. Leal, we said. Antonio. I think Leon's been okay.
Leon has been.
They're going to go for this.
On their side.
On their side of the field. Got to watch the ball here, CT.
I love it. Cover 1.
Nope, they're not going to snap it. Walking to the sideline. But they call it timeout. They may snap it.
They may still go for this.
8:42 remaining in the half. Timeout, Mississippi State. The thing is, if you're Mike Leach, is you're going, the A&M offense has struggled so much over the last 2 weeks. Do I really want to give them a short field?
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is one of those things to where, any little thing can get A&M on track. Now,
right.
for our sake, I'd love to see them go and not convert and A&M go down and score. But I'm like you.
I'll take a short field. I want them to go for this because with the way A&M's played offense, it seems like your best shot to get in the end zone is the defense making a stop to get you the short field.
Yeah. And I mean, if I'm Leach here, I punt it away. I make A&M, try to pin them inside the 15 to 10, make them go 85, 90 yards because, A&M has not shown the ability to be able to do those things.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be interesting to see if he goes for it right here. Oh.
He's got the punter and
this bird has been on the field all night.
I guess. We have the punter and the quarterback standing next to each other. They're going to punt it.
Going to punt it away.
I think that's the smart call.
Yeah.
Assuming this isn't a fake.
Now Nias catches it and goes 90, then you wonder if that is the right play.
They did kick it. And Nias going to try to return it. Gets by the first wave at the 30. He's at the 40, CT. That's not a flag down.
Yeah. So we'll probably starting 20-25 yard line.
I'd like to see this. It looked pretty clean out there. Show us a replay. They've been bad on replays all night.
Yeah. And considering it's on Mississippi State and Leach is standing there, like a block in the back. Number 22.
That's a huge A&M again.
And you're gonna have the ball at midfield.
I know, and that's let's see. Yep,
He
I'd say
did
that's
it.
in the back, CT.
And that's the punter. I mean,
You don't need to do that.
He's not gonna make that tackle.
That's going to come all the way back to the 20.
Man. You know, if
There's been a lot of flags on punt return this year.
Yeah. And I mean that you know, like you said, that's not needed. Anias is by him. And you know, if that guy tackles him, then Anias doesn't need to be returning those anyways.
Is it metered? Does every Anias punt return get flagged? You're right. There's been a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, Bama looked good today.
They did. Okay, that young.
What do you think about college football right now? I think it's Bama, Georgia, and then a crapshoot.
I mean, yeah, you look at the so-called top 10. Now, I will say Cincinnati, you know, they go into South Bend.
Yeah, but is that a good Notre Dame team? Is that a good Indiana team they beat?
But,
yes, Richard.
But I think they did what they were supposed to do.
What are you looking at?
Rockford. 5 for 5, 4 touchdowns.
Oh, it's Kansas.
It is, yeah, but it's Kansas though.
Richard, it's Kansas. Richard, would you like a football scholarship to play for Kansas? You could get one.
At this point, I mean, they may just be handing them out. I mean, and I get it, the Cincinnati, but they've done they've been convincing. You know, Notre Dame, and I don't like the rankings to start the season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think teams settle in once they start getting in the conference and stuff. But I agree. You know, I think Alabama is head and shoulders better than, you know, the field. And Georgia, if they can score points. You know, we saw them against Clemson. And
well, JT Daniels was out today. They put up 37 on Arkansas.
Quarterback controversy?
No, he was hurt.
Oh.
He had a lat injury.
But, I mean, you know, you have the backup in and they scored 37. I mean, it's and I don't think Arkansas was the 8th ranked team. So
I think Arkansas may be closer to A&M and Texas than they are to Bama and Georgia.
Yeah.
And they beat A&M and Texas pretty easily. 2 scores at least. I mean, Texas was 20 points, A&M was 2 scores.
Yeah. But I mean, you look at I don't think OU is the same OU offensive juggernaut that they've been.
They should have lost. They could have lost to West Virginia last week.
Yep. And you look at the Tulane game. I mean, Tulane ran out of time.
Right.
So, your powerhouses atop the standings is Bama and then everybody else. I mean, it could fall any kind of way.
I think Mississippi State. I think Georgia's very good. With JT
they're
Daniels,
very good I know they're very good defense.
They are very. I mean, they swallowed Arkansas.
Yes. They got big man. We've been watching, and I don't know where these dudes come from.
Crowd looks great on TV.
This bird.
What's this bird? Quit showing the bird.
And I'm looking forward to the realignment, so to speak, of the SEC. There you go.
Isaiah running through contact, still going. What a run, 9 yards.
Yes. You look at the realignment, and I mean, you introduce Texas, you introduce Oklahoma, but there, in the SEC West, there's, with Bama moving, I wish they could have stayed. There's no easy game in the West. It's, even your Arkansas game, as we learned last week, that game's not easy.
S-Bro brings up a good point. Florida, been very good.
Yes.
Florida may be the 3rd best team in the country. Penn State, We'll see. They got a pretty good resume. Aggie's running at 7.8 yards per rush.
Get downhill.
Isaiah, that's
that's
a first down run. But there is, the most you're going to get there is 5 or 6 if you run through contact.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to see him do what he did the first drive. Run through those arm tackles.
Oh, they said Kentucky's giving Florida all they can handle. What's the score there? First and 10, the Aggies at the 34.5-yard line. Boy, that penalty on the punt.
Jeez.
Play action.
Take a shot.
Got a lot of time.
I like
wide open. Jalen Preston.
I like the throw. That's a great throw right there.
Manville, Texas. We get a Hoka Hay call from Dalton. Huge fan of this kid, just as a human being, Jalen Preston. Like a deep over route, maybe.
But that's the first time we've even attempted anything downfield.
Very good protection by the offensive line. Quick pitch.
Oh, I don't like the boundary.
Well, Jalen, after having a huge catch, didn't block anybody. Didn't help that Isaiah dropped the pitch. Zach did a good job standing in on that long throw. Remember last week when he had the time, he was still getting antsy and started shuffling, and you didn't like it, and stood in there that time and found that deep over route.
I mean, those 5 kept him clean there, though. So, I mean, great job to the O-line. Now we're behind the sticks. We look
empty.
We look illegal down here.
You think he's on too much? State showing pressure. They back out.
We're going to see. There you go.
Oh, slid too early.
And on that one, go head first.
When you slide feet first, and if you're in the chat may not know this, when you slide feet first, they mark you where you start the slide.
Begin the slide, yes. If he goes head first there, I mean, they give him all of his yards.
Right. It goes from 3rd and 8. There's probably a 3rd and 5. He may get more if he just –
yeah.
But listen, they've probably been told him, do not get hit.
Yes.
Man, Preston is wide open. Third and 8 from the –
Looks like the 35. I mean, is this
can Ananias get to the sticks? That's a great job after the catch, CT. You got to love that.
Get skinny and go north.
Yep. Football player.
Yeah, but what I love is you've gotten Ananias touches. You've gotten Jalen touches. I mean, and even, Jalen Preston, he's made, but you're getting the ball into your playmakers' hands. And I mean, this is Zach's not back there holding the football. Let those guys go make
it looks better.
Yes.
Competition's not as stiff, but it looks better this week.
Looks a lot better.
4:55 to go in the second quarter. 1st and 10 Aggies at their 16. Hand Spiller near side.
There you go. We'll take
Squirts
5.
through for 5.
I thought Johnson got beat initially on the snap. But he was able to do enough to keep the defensive end from making that. They keep showing this bird. He's gotten more TV time than the game showing itself. And there they go. You see the 3 safety look again. And they were probably
got to run into this box, don't you?
They're going to roll down a safety on the snap. There they go. And it essentially becomes
that's a give to Ananias. Yeah. That was the play they scored on last year to Ananias against Arkansas. Motion him from the slot to the backfield, deuce look with Spiller. And you're hoping that Ananias' little wiggle and change of pace can get up in there. 3rd and 4 now for the Aggies.
Again, you have points. You don't have to force a ball here.
Bo in the chat says, do you milk the clock here? I don't think you do. You try to score.
No.
Leach is really good with terms of up-tempo, throwing the ball. We getting lined up, CT. I don't mind if you got to use a timeout here.
No, you've got 3. You can't. I mean,
use your timeout. Yeah, it's fine. We're fine. Late to get lined up.
And they do you no good taking over at half. So, make sure you've got the right play call, and you give yourself the best chance. 13-10 Kentucky.
Yep. That's what we talked about a little bit last week on the broadcast. CT was like, if you start playing transitive property game in college football this year, you get yourself kind of in a pretzel.
Mm-hmm.
Because just because somebody beats somebody else
Yep.
doesn't mean it. This year, it typically doesn't mean much, but this year it's really showing to be an invalid way to go about evaluating games.
And you look at that Michigan score. I mean, I think
They've played well.
Yeah, I think Harbaugh. If they're going to be Ohio State this year, this is probably their best year to do it.
They're putting up a lot of points. 38 today against a good Wisconsin defense. Wisconsin as a team is not very good, and they lost their quarterback. And I think one of the things that we're seeing across the country, Malik Hornsby had to come in at the end of the game for Arkansas. Losing your quarterback, your starter, it's a big deal in college football.
Huge deal. Now Georgia said it didn't matter that much with JT.
Right.
It's a huge deal. And I mean, is there a timetable on Haynes King? Have they said where they're eyeballing him coming back?
Actually, there was a guy here before the game started that was a orthopedic surgeon kind of guy in North Houston.
Mm-hmm.
And he was here at TexAgs, and I was talking to him, and he said, that's kind of the same thing that everybody said when the diagnosis came out. If there was a bone in your leg that you want to break, it's that one, right, where he broke it. And I said, well, is there anything they can do to speed up the process? It's like, no, is when you heal your heel, it's a bone thing. It's not like a muscle that you can go for a bunch of treatment and stuff on. It's just, it's got to fuse back together.
Right. Well, I'm excited to see him back.
When does fall start, CT?
I thought it had started.
It's 85 today.
Yeah, there's Texas. You have spring for 6 months and then summers for 6 months. There's no fall or winter.
No, we get winter, but it usually happens for 2 months in January and February.
And then you get that hard freeze, it just tears everything up. So, man, and then yet we're sitting here in long sleeves.
Dude, I thought it was going to be cool today.
Yeah.
They said there could be like some rain.
Yeah, I think I watched the weather this morning. He said there's a front coming through tomorrow, but it should only cool it off like a couple degrees. So we're still not in any.
Espro says, why is my man wearing an Oregon pullover? That's
No. It's Klein Oak.
Klein Oak.
Yeah. Believe me, I will never rep another school unless I lose a bet. So, and Sterner let me off last week. He didn't say anything about it. So. Now he's got me wanting to take it off.
No. That's Jason Glenn, man. That's my guy.
Klein Oak. I got 2 kids at Klein Oak now. I got a senior and a freshman. So.
Well, he's not. Jay Glenn's. He's an upper administration.
Yeah. I hated to see him.
3rd and 4 for the Aggies from the 10. A-chain in the backfield.
Showing pressure. Here it comes. Oh,
turn somebody right loose.
Right. We took a sack. Not the worst thing in the world.
Right.
Clock continues to run. You don't kick it till under 3 minutes. And Small has been good this year.
What happened here?
Oh, Kenyon. You got to take most dangerous.
His eyes went straight to the left.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if he thought Bryce was sliding left.
This turns into a 38-yarder? 37-yarder.
A&M's late. Kenyon again.
Oh, they reset the clock for us, though.
Yeah.
Or we call timeout.
Not a good sequence there for A&M.
And
And look, they're talking directly to Kenyon, so I'm guessing that he was at fault on that protection miss.
His eyes never came back.
Good drive, got right down in there. Now you're depending on Seth Small to put you ahead. Mississippi State's missed a field goal in this half.
I don't love the angle. Well, no, it looks right down the middle.
30
more to the right side, 37 yards.
Yep, 37 for number 47. Good snap, good hold. Got it.
A&M has had some really good kickers.
Seth Small, probably one of the more underrated ones. Been really solid in his career. Been a really solid kicker.
I mean, when I think back,
Aggies take the lead with under 2 to go or about 3 minutes to go, in the first half.
I remember Terrence Kitchen.
Kyle Bryant.
Kyle
go
Bryant,
way
yes.
back.
That's the one that I remember. Kyle Bryant was really, really good. And then I mean, Bullock and those guys. So I mean, you've had some really good kickers. I mean, then talk about punters.
The best.
I've had an opportunity to play with Shane Leckler. Guy had a huge leg.
I'm starting to think, I mean, and Billy may roast me for this because him and Shane go back and forth.
Yeah.
They're good buddies, but Shane Leckler deserve a statue around Kyle Field.
He does.
Von Miller will get one.
Yeah.
Johnny will get one at some point.
Miles should probably get
Miles
one.
will probably get one.
But Shane Leckler, I mean,
Vaughn.
He changed field position. He was like another weapon, and he was able to change field position. And I mean, it was nothing for him to unleash a 60-yarder. So he was definitely a weapon.
Braden Mann came in and broke all of Shane's records.
I mean, and then you go to the league and you punt for 20 years, man. So,
he was incredible. He's the best ever.
Yeah.
Remember the kick that Braden Mann had in Jimbo's first year when he was backed up in the end zone against Clemson on that rainy night?
He launched that day.
I'd never seen a ball kicked that far in the air.
$13-10.
2:47 left. Tunnel screen.
Good. Run to it. Now you got to.
Oh, no.
No, you got to tackle.
I mean, this guy has made a lot of the A&M defense look silly there on that tunnel screen.
Wow.
You're in a good spot. You're close to him. Just didn't tackle.
So Marvin overruns.
Andre White.
Ooh.
Kid's good in the open field.
Yes.
But you let him get ahead of steam. Mississippi State to their 48.
That looks illegal to me. Moving towards the line of scrimmage.
Again, I think they're holding Michael Clemens.
I think it's close down here.
Nope, he's okay. Mississippi State into A&M territory with a first down throw. Clock stop. They're inside the A&M 40. They're about inside the 45, excuse me. No, they're inside the 40.
Yeah.
They're at the A&M 38. 150 to go in the half.
Again, we're in a zone look. Now we're too high.
Pump faked it, threw to the soft spot.
We had both our linebackers ran to the same guy.
Probably get to see a replay here. It looked like the pump fake got everybody running.
Both he had three guys going to one person.
Mississippi State at the 15-yard line.
They're going to take their time now.
I would. A&M can only stop it once, and they're going to steal a possession because they get it at half. Fade. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Wow.
Great throw, great catch. Beat Jalen Jones in coverage.
I mean, he's having a tough evening.
What a drive for Mississippi State. I mean,
Rogers? I mean, what's he missed? 2-3 passes?
I think that going into the drive, he was 17 for 21. That is a catch and a touchdown unless the ball moves, and it does not. Touchdown.
It's a touchdown.
That is a Mike Leach drive if you've ever seen one. 17-13.
Now, what do you do here, though? You get a good return. You've got a timeout in your pocket. Clock stops on first down. Do you go down and at least try to get 3 here, or?
I think you can't let them steal a possession, CT.
Right.
They get the ball at half.
But also we don't want to make a mistake here. And that's what worries me.
Great throw, great catch.
I think that's good receiver play right there.
So A&M will get it back with 1:16.
Plenty of time.
Makes that
But you're not.
third down sack on the previous drive. Yeah, 4 for 4 for 60 yards for Will Rogers. He has had a fantastic half of football.
But if you look how clean his uniform is.
Yep. Been consistent 3-man pressure the entire half.
He's not had to move off a spot.
Nope.
He's not had to scramble. He's had a clean pocket to throw.
They've had A&M's given up, or A&M's recorded one sack, and that was a coverage sack.
$25.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Kentucky blocks a field goal. Did they return this for a touchdown?
So that's
how they went ahead. Yeah, I thought that might have just happened.
Missed the extra point.
Wildcats undefeated.
Late in the third quarter.
Yep.
Now, I'm eager to see how they run this 2-minute drill. I hope Jimbo he gets aggressive here and he.
Well, we're about to burn a timeout because we're already down to 5 seconds on the play clock.
Come on, Zach. Awareness. There you go.
Get it snapped.
Clean pocket. Step up.
Throw it to a playmaker.
There you go.
Like that guy. A-Chain across the 50.
Smart play getting out of bounds.
Yep, very smart.
That was good. Calzada, he took a peek to make sure he didn't have pressure behind it, and he let our chain escape and uncover himself. Climb the pocket. Good.
Check. Stay with him.
Good throw.
So A&M at the
Oh.
no.
Throw it away.
Throw it away.
Throw it away.
Don't do that. Now you got to take your timeout. There's a freshman mistake by Bryce Foster.
Jimbo's not going to take the timeout. He's going now. It's it changes. He's trying to get out of the half.
God, that's a killer.
That one hurts.
Catch the Demas. I think you call it here, CT.
Call a timeout. You try to get I think you do. You try to, and yeah, A&M takes the timeout.
Man, I wonder what spooked Bryce there.
Man, small thing. Hit a big play, then we have a negative. Hit a big play, then we have a negative.
Are they going to show it again?
We haven't gotten any replays.
He's talking to Josh Henson about it. I'd like to see a replay.
And it could have been he thought he heard something. I don't know. I mean, replay would be good. They're showing him. Now, what's Foster what's his? Here's our replay.
It wasn't a good snap anyway.
Snap, yeah. Yeah, you got to airmail that one. Throw it away. What's his natural position? Is he a center?
He's a guard.
He's a guard.
Now, see if you can run one of these good athletes you got vertical down the field, maybe get a PI.
There you go. Stay in the pocket. Oh,
I don't like that.
I don't either. We're
He
going to get a
could have
punt.
stayed there. Yep.
We're going to get a punt. That's one that I would have preferred him just take a sack on this.
Force him to use a timeout.
Make him take the time out.
CT, there's a clean pocket there, CT.
He's running again. Yeah, you don't throw that one there. I think you take a sack and you make them burn the timeout here. Because I believe Leach is going to try to score again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know.
What a kick!
Well, he goes and inside the 3. No, I think he's going to take a knee and go.
Yeah, now you got to. But
I mean, I think
what is that kid doing catching the football?
I mean, you're taught put your heels. Now it's like the 8. Put your heels on the 8, and you don't back up. If it's going over, well, we've got a flag. Man, he caught that on the one. Yeah.
Man,
Our second face, man.
face mask on A&M is going to move it out to the 25.
And those are unforced errors. That's undisciplined football.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love the effort, but you got to get those hands down. Get those hands down, and your target area has to be a little different. He's just gonna try to score again.
What? That's on Leon. What are we doing? The play's over.
That's not a smart play.
Not yeah.
Out to the 20. He's lined up to go.
He's going to try. I bet he sees if he can hit a draw for about 10 or 15 and see what happens.
But I mean, he has everything. He's got 2 timeouts.
Nope, he's going to throw it.
Middle of the field is still an option. Now you got to tackle.
They've gone right at Jalen Jones tonight.
They have. Ball's out close to.
So I read Mike Leach's book, Swing Your Sword, and he talks about situations like this. And they did the math at like how quick you can pick up 10 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a formula like he's not trying to score here. He's trying to go kick a field goal.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get 10 yards at a time, but it won't be enough time, I don't think, to get into field goal range. He's going to have a missed tackle somewhere.
Yeah. And here's what's scary. They're going to, no, Antonio took the middle.
Well, that may do it. False start on Mississippi State.
Yeah.
12 seconds to go till half.
Three-man pressure. You're going to get Antonio in the middle. There
Michael
you go,
Clemens wins. There's the half right there.
That's going to do the half right there.
I mean, when they drop back and they take a while, A&M's winning. But the problem is, everybody's wanting more pressure, and it's like the ball's coming out so
it's
fast.
Coming out so fast.
Yep. All right, that'll bring us to the half. A sack by Michael Clemens. Aggies down 17-13. CT, you see some things you like, you see some things you don't like. A&M was taking one step forward a lot of times, felt like, and then 2 steps back.
I think the difference is just the mistakes, the penalty on Jones to give them an extra possession, and they end up getting a touchdown on 4th down. And then we're on the move on our drive right here before the half, and we have a snap and we lose 15 yards. So it's just the self-inflicted wounds that keep that the reason the halftime score is 17-13 right now.
Somebody's going to have to tell us what Jimbo's saying here because we don't have ears on this thing. Said the face mask was called on. Oh. Jimbo gave a non-answer there.
Yeah,
No, we might have to turn that down so we don't get canceled. Said the face mask on the punt was on Andre White, not Leon, but it looked like Leon was clearly there was a foul there too.
Yeah, you could have called that one as well.
Well, I mean, this A&M team, I didn't think this would be any kind of pull away game, and I don't know that this team this year's built to pull away in any game.
Right. I mean, but you're encouraged by the things that the offense has done. I mean, Zach has stood in there. He's made throws. They're taking some shots. They got the halftime score wrong. They've hit the shot with Watermeyer in the end zone. They hit with Preston, on the corner route. So they've pushed it downfield a little bit more. But like you said, at the end of the half, Zach got happy feet, didn't have to leave the pocket, and I hope that's not a trend that he's going to start doing in the second half. You head now?
So for the third week in a row, is it the third week in a row? A&M trails at half.
Trails at half, yeah. But I mean, you pointed out a great stat. Not New Mexico.
Not New Mexico. 3 out of the 5 weeks they've trailed at half.
I mean, Power
Dalton.
5.
Against every Power 5 team, they've trailed
Yes,
at half.
They have trailed at half against every. How big would this be if they hold on and beat?
Wacky year in college football. We've got it looking at the SEC Network halftime show here.
So you've had number 3 go down. Who else lost? Number 9 went down today.
Number 8, Arkansas.
Number 8, and now you've got the number 10 team on the road.
This conference, man, and unless you are elite, where you are loaded in every position, there's not enough separation to feel comfortable going into any game.
I mean,
and right now, the elite are Alabama and Georgia.
Yep. I mean, Clemson has their struggles. Who's the number? Oregon, they lost today. I mean, after going into Ohio State and winning that game. And so you're right. I think you've got the top. But now what happens college football? If they stay 1-2 all season, they meet in the SEC championship. I mean, do you put those two in the college football playoff?
Absolutely.
They've been the best all year.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But you're going to have one of the conferences or two. You're going to have a couple conferences cry foul because they figure their league champion should be in the college football playoff.
I mean, there's a huge argument for the expansion, based off what happened last year. And I think looking at it again this year, I don't know, man. Like you said, the 2 top teams and then 50 yards of crap and everybody else. Not crap, but like there's a big gulf between Bama and Georgia and everybody else. Right now, we're a third of the way through the season.
There's a gap, yeah.
And, we'll see how that manifests itself throughout the rest of the year. Man, Kansas State came back and made that a game.
Yeah.
But, the Big 12 winner, if it's a 1-loss Oklahoma or a 1-loss Texas or Baylor's playing well, whoever wins the Big 12, if they have a loss, are they in? Are they in over the ACC this year? The ACC looks awful.
Yeah. I mean, who do you have? You have
the Pac-12. Carolina's lost. They've lost 2 already.
Oh, they've lost 2.
Virginia is undefeated. Wake Forest is undefeated. Now, Clemson still might be the best team, but they've got a loss. It's a mess in the ACC. The Pac-12 looks like it's going to be Oregon. They lose today.
USC, they go and win today. Yeah. Oh, man, it's going to be a fun ride down the stretch.
I wish we had food.
Uh-oh, you may have gotten your wish. There's Lucci.
Luch is not here.
I think I am.
Did you eat before the stream started?
I did. I spent a lot of time on the road, so it was.
Yeah, you said getting in was
I was
a
trying
madhouse.
to fit everything in today. Watched my son play baseball, and I saw him make one play and got on the road. And it's just been a day of traveling today.
Yeah.
So.
Folks in the chat talking about Calzada. How would you rate his first half compared to where he was last week to end the game?
I mean, I think comparison from this week to last week, night and day better. I think he's made some throws this first half. Still want to see him sit in the pocket. Still think he's a little antsy.
Mm-hmm.
He's moving, and I think there's opportunity for him just to climb the pocket, step up, and make throws. But I mean, he seems a lot more poised. You see the time that he does scramble out and he's rolling to his left. He lets A-Chain uncover. He makes the throw there. So he's shown some good things.
Yeah, bits and pieces getting better.
But it's still those happy feet that you worry about. When is he staring down the rush? Is he keeping his eyes downfield? When he's starting to feel that pressure, is he sliding? Is he climbing? Is he stepping up? and the last play that he throws away, you say, well, he's done it good. He's done it some, but then he gets
Right.
happy feet and he
Right.
reverts back to that. So, but I think it's better, a lot better from last week. So, we just got to see what Jimbo calls, and I think you keep moving him off that spot like
Yeah.
you did on that first.
Got to
play
get a
of the
stop coming out of half.
game. You got to
Get the ball back, get a chance to go ahead in the game. And
17-13.
it feels like the defense has been on their heels, especially toward the end of the half.
Mm-hmm. I want to see something different than the standard cover 3, cover 4, because it's given Rodgers. He's had clean looks. I mean, he's not had to. He's not been confused at all. He's too comfortable.
Well, Elko has been really good in his career about making adjustments. UConn Vandy in the rain. I wonder how many people are at that one.
It is miserable out there.
10-9, second quarter. Weatherford, Texas native Ken Seals, quarterback at Vanderbilt.
I mean, this wasn't close. I don't think 42-21.
He kept going for it on fourth down, and I get it. He's thinking that's the only chance I got to win the game is to keep getting first downs, and it came back to bite him. And they couldn't get stops, man. Felt like Bama could have scored 56, 63 had they really wanted to.
And I mean, if you look at, and I hate comparing, Calzada to this kid. I mean, you look at what he's done, and he's, we said it before the game. He's so poised.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem like anything rattles him. And, to be that young and to have that skill set, man, his future's bright.
Game's very slow for him.
Yeah.
Get an up close and personal look at him next week.
241 yards passing. I mean, but an efficient 20-26.
Georgia absolutely swallowed Arkansas today from the get-go. Jumped on them and just never let them off the mat.
That's a throw right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, then you look at those two guys on defense, 99 and 98. I mean, 88. I mean, those large. Look at it's a large man right there.
A lot of 5-stars running around on that defense. That was the play that really, that was early, that block punt for a touchdown. It was the first or second quarter, maybe in the first quarter. But that felt like the nail in the coffin right there. I couldn't believe what Tennessee just did to Missouri today.
They went into Missouri and did it.
Well, I did not know that Missouri was the second worst run defense in the country coming into the day.
Man, but to hang, what was it, 60?
60. I think 62, yeah.
Wow. South Carolina, they snuck out.
That's a tough job. Since Spurrier left, that job has gotten more and more difficult. So interesting whenever you add Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC, just kind of where does a school what does that do to a school like South Carolina? What does that do to Missouri? What does that do to the Mississippi schools?
Mm-hmm.
Those are two primetime programs where really they're going to come in ahead of you, especially on the recruiting side.
Yeah.
But
I think Mississippi State and Ole Miss, they're just who they are. I mean, you can always.
Ole Miss is a problem, and obviously Mississippi State's a problem. I mean, they lead A&M at halftime, and they've, that's one of the things that has plagued A&M. It plagued Coach Sumlin a lot was you couldn't beat the Mississippis.
Yeah, those schools, they just, for whatever reason, they have a bunch of guys that play hard, and you have trouble beating them. So, you think those are teams that you're supposed to beat because, you look at the recruiting and you look at the 5 stars and you look at where we finish and we're ranked, but yet the separation when you actually play the game, like this one, 17-13, it's not healthy.
Right.
They just, these guys show up and they play hard. Yeah, A&M, they've got their work cut out this second half.
We got a guy throwing a fit in the chat, CT.
Oh, man. What?
Hey, I don't know. He's mad about Jimbo's paycheck.
Water under the bridge now. I mean,
Right,
right,
I
you
mean,
can do
what-
about it, yeah.
But he's insistent. I'm just going to quit talking about him, so I quit giving him the attention. That's what he's on here for, is to get attention.
Gotcha. Oh, it's bothering me not to comment on it.
No, just leave it alone, man. That's why he's here. He's trying to rile everybody up.
No.
We need to find like a halftime. It was a thought, if we come through and get this thing sponsored, like an eating contest or something at halftime. CT's got to eat the hottest wings in town at halftime.
Oh man, that's trouble. No. Something else. Can't do the hottest wing. That'll be. You may lose me for the second half of the broadcast with that. Gee.
We have to wait for Evan Ike to get back to try that one. He's got the old rock gut.
All right. That wouldn't be good. I can guarantee you that. You know, this commercial with Dak, and you know,
I wonder how much you got paid for Sleep Number.
Man, that's a good bed though.
Oh, they are. They're great beds.
But Dak, I mean, you know, forget him playing for the Cowboys, and I've heard he's an awesome.
Hot in Louisiana.
I've heard
Mississippi State alone.
They were ranked number 1 when he was there.
Dan Mullen had Mississippi State ranked number 1.
And Kentucky just scored.
And yeah, it is 20-10 Kentucky. Mark Stoops, good football coach, really good football coach. There's nobody in the SEC that's doing more with less than Kentucky.
Yeah.
That's a trip that I think whenever they turn up on the A&M schedule, I've never been to the state of Kentucky at all.
Really?
So if A&M ever plays in Lexington, I'm thinking I'm going to go to that one. I've never been to Columbia, Missouri either, but I've been to the state of Missouri enough to know that I don't think I want to go to Como.
Been there once. You're not missing anything. Now St. Louis, I love St. Louis, but
and I like Kansas City when I went.
Columbia,
Y'all played up there, huh?
Yeah, the crowd. They have no fact. They're so far away from the field. There was no factor. Auburn.
I have a tough time seeing TJ Finley walk into Death Valley and come away victorious. I think LSU may run away with that one. Oh, but Bo Nix is going to play? I thought he was out.
I thought they just benched him last week.
Hold on, I thought he was hurt.
We've got great guys on the chat, great guys and gals on the chat.
Somebody let us. I thought he was not going to play because he was hurt.
I don't know how you do it. You drink sparkling water, you got it going, and you don't have a bathroom break.
Dude, I'm a big guy.
Man, I'm sitting. My legs might just start shaking because I'm going here and.
If you got to go, man,
I got it. Yeah, I got
yeah. Take your mic off. I don't think people want to hear that.
No, that's
no.
Figure out how to get this thing up.
Well, I ain't gonna help you. There you go. Richard's a mic guy, so when you needed some help, bring Richard back in here. What are y'all thinking on this this LSU Auburn game? They showed TJ Finley at the start of that little montage and then went to Bo Nix throwing the ball. I can't believe Florida, man. As good as they looked against Alabama. It's every week in this conference, though, man. You cannot take a week off. Everybody is good enough to beat you outside of like a Vanderbilt. Auburn's not saying who's going to start. Little gamesmanship from Brian Harsin. I like that. But if it's TJ Finley, there's no way he's walking out of Tiger Stadium a winner tonight. So pretty big stretch of football here, I think, coming up in terms of the outcome of this game. A&M needs to get the ball back, and you don't want to, if State's able to go down and score a touchdown, that's a 2-score game, and State's at 24 points. A&M, they've now scored 1 touchdown in each of their contests against Power 5 opponents. So you're asking them to score 2 more and triple up or double up on what they've done coming into the night. I don't know. Again, a little bit more encouraged by what I saw the A&M offense in the first half. CT said it as well. Zach still does a couple of things here and there where you're going, you wish he'd step up in the pocket, and he gets a little bit jittery, a little bit hesitant. The bad snap was a killer, absolute killer. Because A&M was on the plus side of midfield with over a minute left and a timeout, and you lose 15-20 on a bad snap. That was the killer, CT. I thought that was the huge play in the half.
Yeah, I mean, you complete one and you get out of bounds to preserve your timeout, and then like you said, the bad snap, ball on the ground, and then from there it's now we're backpedaling just not to go any further back. So I mean, we had a chance at least for 3. I mean, the way that Small's been kicking the football this year, I mean, you give yourself a chance, and I think points are going to be a premium this second half, and you can't have a negative play after you have a huge game like that.
Oh, we got a little frozen television here. If Dalton and Richard, if y'all are listening, are y'all frozen back there in the control room? Seems like they're working on it.
Yeah. It could be a no.
I think they're just going to try to turn it back to the game channel. We're having some technical difficulties here with the TV.
I can tell you this, though. I mean, just looking at, you have Bama, you have Georgia kind of sitting, they're sitting 1 and 2. But, how equal everybody else is across the board. I mean, I think that's good for the game. It's you don't have your perennial powers that are just blowing everybody out, and there's never any games, and it's the same teams. I mean, this year you have any number of teams that could be in the college football playoffs this year. So I mean, I think you look at this point in the season, you've got Bama, you've got Georgia, but then now you've got Ohio State possibly, you've got a Cincinnati team that's making the case that they should play. So I love the parity across the board when it comes to college football.
Mike Leach starting the half with a huge snooter in. A&M back in that 3-down look.
We back out, but we add
1.
No
Late
pressure.
dump, got a tackle.
There you go.
Tyreek Chappelle. 2nd down and about 4 or 5 for State.
But again, an easy read for Rodgers. I mean, he stands back and he comes back to his check down.
That's a play where you got to get pressure.
Yes.
I mean, he sat back there for a while, was able to get it to his check down. State subbing late, A&M back to that crowd look at the line of scrimmage.
I mean, he's
back out, throw a quick out.
He's too clean. But I mean,
that's good. Well blocked on the edge. You got to get off blocks out there.
And there, I mean, right there, I mean, nothing you do is going to get pressure there. So, I mean, the ball was out in less than a second.
So Mississippi State with a 1st down, and they are at their own 43-yard line. 42.
An interesting look there.
Another bubble screen to an uncovered man. That's going to be 11 yards.
We have got, and Peavy.
Jaden Peavy, he pops up.
I mean,
That's just a numbers game there. A&M not lined up properly. Mississippi State now at the A&M 41. Just 3 plays into the second half.
And they're going to do it again.
That time it gets strung out for no gain.
I mean, it looked like they ran the same play 3 plays in a row. They just ran it to the wide side of the field each time. And, I'm a believer. I mean, if it's working, you keep doing it. I think sometimes you have coaches that outcoach themselves that thinking they can't run the same play 2 times in a row. I mean, if it's working,
singled up to the top side up there.
And he's going. That's where he's going.
Where he's going. One-on-one coverage.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty good by a freshman there. Now the ball was in his hands, but that's a good job. I mean, that's a 50-50 ball, and he fought.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's in great
And that's
position.
their best receiver, Malik Heath.
He squeezes him.
Head got around, played through his hands. That's a pretty good job there. Let's not forget about Tyreek Chappelle. Didn't have a senior season due to COVID. We liked him a lot as a recruiting analyst about his measurables and his skills. And when you watched him move around, A&M staff obviously really liked him. And here he is getting a start in an SEC West game against their best guy.
Yeah. Don't tip it.
3rd and 9.
He had the out if he wanted it.
Almost intercepted.
Great play by Leon.
Leon breaks it up, almost fell into the hands of Jalen Jones. Now,
So 2 great plays.
State is in a
You're no man's land.
No man's land.
You're what?
40-yard line. Good job by Michael Clemens. They hit him and then got off of him. Good play, Leon.
Yes.
So A&M bends a little bit, CT, but ultimately gets a stop, and here comes the Mississippi State punt team.
That's one of those that you'd like to see that one pop up, and we're able to steal a possession to start the half.
You're right. That's how the game started.
See if we can be clean here. You got to it's short field.
I mean, they're behind it. That's probably going to – you may have saved 6 yards of field position by fair catching it at the 7.
Yeah.
Just this offense, CT, is not built to go 90+. Or at least it hasn't been up to this point.
Not been. I mean, but 7 of 11, 100 yards. I don't put the interception on him. I'd like to see A&M get back to the ground game, though. We can't get in a shootout with Mississippi State. Run the football.
Too tight. Good bounce by Isaiah.
There you go. I mean,
there's 5.
And I think that's your recipe right there. Because, we haven't shown an ability we've been, but we haven't shown an ability really to disrupt Mississippi State's offense. I think the best offense or the best defense against that is keep our offense on the field and keep them on the sideline.
Isaiah averaging just over 6.5 yards per carry tonight.
And he's due for a big one.
They came late. Yep, they added late and it threw the numbers off. You can see Ruben Father talking to Layden Robinson. Now 3rd and 6.
And that's just one of those plays where they guessed right. If they add and that play's run to the left side, Isaiah may be standing in the end zone right now.
Or if A&M gets some play action, that misdirection play action that they got in the first half, somebody's running across the screen, maybe wide open.
And I've said it for 2 weeks now. I would love to see we've still not taken a shot downfield.
State showing pressure. Here they come.
They sorted.
Got to sit in there. He
There's
throws
the shot. Oh, and we
overshot it. Had him open. Off his back foot and had him open. Weidemeyer went as high as he can. Calzada misses him.
That's what you want.
Good play call. Had a guy open.
Yeah.
What about the crosser down here? Had the crosser open too. Had Anias open.
Oh, just put that on his
I
numbers.
had Jalen open and overshot him.
Put it on his numbers. I mean, there's nobody underneath that. Just put it on his numbers.
Now he needs a big kick from Constantino.
He's got to flip
2
the
punts,
field.
51. Nope. Now A&M's offside. False start. Another penalty on special teams.
Unforced error.
So you had a 4-yard run on first down, then you get nothing.
Mhm.
Remember, I had that series in the first half where you had a 9-yard run on first down and got nothing.
Yep. Now you're punting from the
This is
back of the end zone. This is
field position nightmare.
I mean, if we cover this thing, they'll probably. He
killed it.
He hit a good one, and he didn't outkick his coverage.
Good play. Oh, got a tackle.
Got a tackle. There's some trouble now. 50-yard line. They're starting at midfield. Nope, it's coming back.
It's A&M on the right side of something here.
Mhm.
Florida kicks a field goal.
A great punt.
Been A&M's best player tonight.
Man, a great punt. I was going to say, that better not be our third one.
Is that Mississippi State's first? Well, it's their second penalty. They had the false start.
Mm-hmm.
Go to commercial. A&M down 17-13. State about to take over. Probably, I don't know where that occurred, where the spot of that foul was.
It should put them inside there. It is at least their 30. So I'm thinking it's going to.
That's a 70-yard flip.
Yes.
What a kick by Constantino.
How is the chat room? Are people pretty?
They're getting a little bit.
Getting a little antsy?
Yeah, they're getting a little antsy.
It's funny. I'm so glad my family finally settled down there. There's something else. Man, Clemson they're just not the same football team. 13-6 at half.
So it seems as though there's some fat heads of some of the recruits in the crowd. Imagine that, CT.
Yeah. And the Yankees, Tampa Bay had a 100-win season. Wow.
Yeah, the Rays are going to be a problem in the postseason. I love the Astros. I don't know that this team's built to win the World Series. I don't know that it's built to win the AL. I think pitching's an issue. They got some depth concerns in their lineup for me. It's not near as a complete of a team that is the group that won it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's another division title, and I won't turn my nose up at that.
No. And I mean, it's always interesting. You know, we start talking about October baseball, and things just tighten up. I mean, you don't see those big blowout games. I mean, you pitching and timely hitting, and you know it plays a part. And so, you know, I'm probably going to get killed for this, but you know, I'm not an Astros fan. I'm a Braves fan. So
how'd that happen?
I just turned on the TV one day and Dale Murphy and that bunch were playing, and it was like, hey, this is my team. So,
well, showing Mississippi State's quarter breakdown: 14 points scored in the third, 51 in the fourth so far this season.
oh man,
Look at that. That's
inside the 25.
Mississippi State starting at their own 23. What a kick from
Yeah.
Constantine. Obviously, the punt helps, but you're worried about State starting on their plus side there,
Yeah.
kicking from out of your own end zone. A&M brings 4. Clemens wins again.
Jeez. Oh, my
On the
goodness.
run, overthrew him. We'll
And
take it.
And that's their guy. I mean, I'm a little worried. He catches that. Can we get him on the ground? That was just a deep over, and he just missed it.
Just missed him.
They'll come back to that.
I like that A&M has added a body.
Mm-hmm.
At least it's not allowed. It's not allowed them to have to block DeMarvin or Clemens one-on-one.
Yeah. But we're back to 3-man here.
3-man.
And
Good
he makes
throw
the
right over the top of Deuce Harmon's head. There's a 2 true freshmen working over there.
But you see, it comes out so quick. 3-step, bang, ball gone.
It looked for a second like Harmon was underneath on that coverage and have a chance to make a play on that ball, but it's a good throw, getting it up and down.
Mm-hmm. Throwing 3-man front again. I don't like this here. This is what they ran. All that. Yeah, you kind of saw that one coming. He comes back late, too.
Still get 6, CT.
That zone is
They are getting,
so
seems
soft.
like every time they drop back, they're getting 6 to 12 yards every time they throw it.
That zone is so soft. He's got 10 catches tonight. Wow.
I mean, they've thrown it all but maybe 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. They're saying the quick bubble.
We do have an Eric Young is on the field there on the top side on the hash. First time we've seen him this season, coming off of an injury.
Easy look for him. Quick pass.
Quick pass, first down. Will Rogers has been right a lot with his reads.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what he's looking at, and the ball's going to the right guy.
And I think what Leach is trying to do here, he's just waiting for A&M. You get tired of that thing in front of you, and then you trigger on it, and he throws one over your head.
Right.
Another zone look, and we jump offside.
Defense looks gassed. First and 5, Mississippi State. 9:34 to go in the third quarter. Bulldogs lead the Aggies 17-13.
I mean, quickly. That motion bothers me because that looks illegal to me.
Well, we'll take that because he actually lost 2 yards after reestablishing forward progress. Got a flag in the secondary.
And I mean, this could be
blindside.
Blindside. I keep saying I think he's
the ball was out so fast
on his motion.
We missed the call.
We missed the call, yeah. I guess they picked it up. No foul on the play.
2nd and 4. I guess they waved it off. Very, very few negative plays for Mississippi State tonight.
You've had the 2 sacks, but
I mean, one was to end the half. You really didn't have to play a lot from 2nd and 11
right. And I mean, if they throw this flare,
soft coverage. Jalen Jones beat again on that out route. Like I said, it seems like 6 to 12, 13 yards every time. He's feeling it. He's not uncomfortable. You can tell the way he's commanding the offense.
And that's the worst thing. You've got a guy he's in rhythm right now. All you do, you bring this down here, and now you've got numbers down here at the bottom.
They run for the first time in a while. A&M stuffs
Pickup of what, 3?
2nd and 7. Mississippi State now in field goal range. Bubble to the top,
Saw
more
that one
aggressive.
coming. I can tell you, I'll say this.
Did not tackle. First down, Mississippi State.
Their receivers are doing a heck of a job. They're blocking. Man, and we're not getting off blocks.
Attacked it. Well, 4 did.
Mm-hmm.
Another 7-yard completion.
And that's good. I mean, the last 2 throws where he's had to move off that spot, he's been off target.
A lot of youth on the field for A&M, probably more than Mike Elko anticipated when the season started, especially in the defensive backfield.
And that could be the reason
That
he's so soft. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a hold on the bottom.
Touchdown.
It's absolutely a hold on Tyree Johnson. I don't know if they called it.
I don't think they did. Jalen, I mean, Jones is having a rough evening tonight. This kid Polk is he's flat wearing him out.
Look at the bottom here, Tyree Johnson. Around his throat. I don't know what happened. So how do we fall down? I was looking.
I have no clue. I mean, he gets beat off and then he gets his feet tangled.
Touchdown, Mississippi State. Bulldogs are now up 11 with 6:54 to go in the 3rd quarter.
And I mean, we've shown no ability to be able to stop what they're doing offensively. And I mean, you look at this kid here. He's in a rhythm. He's confident, and I mean, he's playing at a high level. Over 300 yards passing.
Maybe that wasn't a hold. I thought he got a little bit edgy on Tyree, but
I mean, for him right now, it's like he's playing 7-on-7.
Yep.
You know, there's no pressure on him. He's standing there and he's going through his progressions and his reads, and he's making every throw. He's not missing.
Well, if you're A&M now, you have to have the next score.
You've got to score.
If Mississippi State is the next team to score, I think the game is going to be really tough.
Yeah.
Really, really tough.
They get
very efficient night offensively for Mississippi State.
I mean, what's he now? He's missed 7, maybe 8 passes, over 300 yards, and I mean, he's thrown 3 touchdowns. You know, he's not put the ball in harm's way. He's not made any mistakes, and I mean, Rogers is playing a really, really good football game right now.
Ball seems to be going to the right guy. Very few contested catches.
Right. And I mean, you know, now you're in the stage of the game where you've got to get a score, and you can't allow Mississippi State to have those long sustained drives. And so now, I mean, you've got to start moving up and taking some more chances. And now you got some young guys on the back end that, you know, we just said they may be playing conservative right now because they have so much youth back there. But now, I mean, you're in a position now. You've got to start taking a few more chances. And I mean, I'm hoping that doesn't hurt us with long plays down the field.
Got some folks checking out already, CT. A little early to be doing that.
Oh, they're gone, huh?
Mm-hmm. But who knows? I mean, this A&M offense, 13 points through 2.5 quarters, 1 touchdown tonight. That's the most they've scored against a Power 5 opponent.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but they've had chances.
Sure.
You know? And it's things that we're missing here and there. And like I said a little earlier, spread them out, get your best athletes on the field, and take a page out of Mississippi State's book. I mean, he's not holding the ball; he's getting it out. He's decisive on his reads.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like that they're playing us man across the board. They're sitting in his zone, and just let him get the ball in our playmakers' hands.
You can definitely tell there's some real rhythm with Mike Leach's play calling and his quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
They found it and they're rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Kickoff through the back of the end zone. Aggies will start at their own 25.
I'd love to see here.
I wouldn't mind going back to some of that. If they can get that misdirect, they've had it open twice. They haven't connected on either one.
Either one. I'd love to see Spiller and Achain in the backfield here. He's always he's saying hurry up again. It's crazy. How do you
It's
come
crazy
off the
come-
sideline?
Achain in the flat.
And we missed the block.
Missed 2 blocks. I like the play call. I do like the play call, CT. Get it to him out there where he's really dangerous, but you whiff.
Mm-hmm.
And do you whiff because you can't, or is Mississippi State being aggressive and attacking it, and so you don't come to balance and all that kind of stuff? Second and 8, A&M, they're on 27. Hand it to Achain. Makes a move in the backfield. That's an incredible 3-yard run.
But the difference is you've got Mississippi State playing on our side of the ball, and we're having to make a move 2-3 yards deep.
Right. Somebody on their defensive front got turned scot-free.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got an injury coming.
Looks like Mississippi State player injured.
Look at that play sheet. Goodness gracious.
Big third down. This is a big third down.
Now, I mean, you've had the corner open on a few different, the touchdown to Watermeyer, the catch by Preston. I'd like to see him come back to that. He missed, it was open again and he missed Jalen.
Right.
So I would come back to it.
There's a lot of reasons why this is a big first down. For momentum in the game, to have your defense catch a little air on the sideline.
Mm-hmm. They're going with a three-man look.
Walking some guys up late on the edge.
I think they'll bring 5. There it is.
Got the back out of the backfield. Good throw. That was an absolute dart.
And he hung in there.
Yep, he did. He stood in there. Good catch over the middle of Nia Smith. First down, Texas A&M. Again, this is stuff we didn't see at all last week.
Right.
Now, he was a little early. He wanted it to happen quicker than it did.
Three-man. And what I would love to see here.
Spiller bounce, good spin.
That's a nice spin. That's a good 4-yard run.
A flag.
And you see Mississippi State got players tapping. I'd like to see some tempo here.
Mm-hmm.
Go fast.
Back them up 5.
Illegal shift, illegal motion. Demas.
So you go from 2nd and 6 to 1st and 15. Florida down 7, 3rd and goal with 30 seconds left.
Who has it? We haven't seen many screens.
No. But, I mean, the last 2 weeks, I don't feel like we've gotten a ton of pressure looks, more this week than last.
Yeah.
They're going to sit back here. Good catch, Jalen Preston. Good fight, Jalen Preston.
Pick up 11. That's it. Now the playbook is back open. I mean, you can run it here. You can. You said the misdirection. I'd love to see that. I think this is a good place to call it.
Jalen Preston played well tonight.
Yes, he has.
High snap. Busted it. Can he get through to the edge?
He's got one in it.
Oh, big boy stiff arm.
Ooh.
Knocked the ball out, but
First down.
he thinks he would have scored.
Man.
That's why the ball gets knocked out here at the end. Good job, Kenyon Green. Isaiah runs through a tackle. Big boy stiff arm. See, he thinks if he can turn that corner there. He may have knocked it out on himself, on his own thigh.
He does everything
A&M
right.
across the 50 at the 40-yard line.
God, you got to get a snap down.
Come on, get out there, Zach. He looks a little tired. Get A-Chain in. Give him a touch.
I think he's saying he's good. You keep feeding him. That snap. Oh,
good play by Zach. We criticize Zach a lot when he makes a good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good play.
That's one of those that gets by. I mean, that's a loss of 15.
Mm-hmm. Second and 3, Texas A&M from the Mississippi State 34.
And I mean, down here, you have it if you want it. Good run.
Good run. That one, the first half, he danced on that one a couple times with his guy at the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
There, he just burrows his head, gets his 5 or 6. 13th career 100-yard rushing game for Isaiah Spiller.
He's a workhorse. I love it.
Been a workhorse. Been an outstanding back.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's wondering what was going to happen after Travion Williams, Isaiah Spiller, whoever the next workhorse is going to be. They've got their work cut out for them to step into those shoes.
Yeah. Step up.
Weidemeyer in the flat.
There you
got
go.
6. 2:25 left in the third quarter. A&M driving inside the Mississippi State. What are they, about the 30, CT?
Yeah, right around the 30. Actually.
Inside the 25 to 22. A-Chain in.
Yeah, and they're
finding something they're liking with this motion here.
Backside. Oh, backside. He didn't have a chance.
Again, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back.
Mm-hmm. I don't like the sub here. It gives them a chance to get their personnel on the field.
3rd and 7.
They've brought pressure on our last few third downs.
Mm-hmm. Here
they
they come.
Nice move.
Can you run? Can he run? He can run for it, CT. Can he
it.
score?
Go get it.
He can
Protect it.
score. How about that?
There it is.
Lose contained. Galzada breaks to his right and scores on a huge 3rd down play.
That was a big drive for A&M right there. Huge drive.
There should be a little bit of juice in Kyle Field now. Let's see what the defense can do, how they can answer. But what pocket presence, CT?
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it watching Bama and Bryce Young earlier.
Yep.
And just how calm and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that gives Zach a little bit of confidence.
It looked like on that play, the game had slowed down.
A&M going for 2.
It was a subtle move.
A&M's going to have to take a timeout.
I don't know that you chase it just yet. That timeout might come back to hurt us.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get you're trying to go down 3, but
you still have the 4.
Yeah, and like if you take, I think the timeout is going to be pretty valuable. Take your delay and kick it.
Yeah.
State brought pressure.
Subtle move.
Yep. Notice he held the ball through the goal line.
Squeezed
Didn't
that
try to
one, yeah.
reach out for it. Squeeze it tight when he final. Look at the bottom there, CT. The Florida Gators lose in Lexington.
Wow.
It can happen to you on any
Wow.
week in this league.
Man. I think Florida's all but eliminated from the East.
Yeah, it's 2 losses, and they're
Mhm.
chasing Georgia. They got to play the Dogs, but you're going to need Georgia to slip up somewhere. And
Yeah,
right now, it don't look like they're going to do
it's
that.
gonna be hard.
2-point attempt here,
Oh,
deflected.
nice play by 38.
So if A&M scores again and nothing else happens, they'll go for 2 again.
Yeah. 25 to put 27.
He never saw that guy in the middle of the field.
I'm glad all it was just a bat down.
Yep.
Because he intercepts
All right.
that. We give them 2.
24-19. Big play by Zach Calzada.
Next week, LSU has to go into Kentucky. Man. I can tell you this thing is moving a little faster than I thought it would. Than I thought it would. Yeah, buddy of mine said our 3-man front is killing us. We can't get them off schedule, and that's going to be a big thing. I mean, now you wonder, does Elko start adding pressure? Does he start bringing something? Does he? Because I mean, the 2 plays that he got, he got him off of his spot. He threw one in the ground, and he threw one over the receiver's head. So, when do you start taking those chances to get Rodgers off? Try to get him uncomfortable and get him off that spot.
Boston College tied with Clemson.
This is what makes college football so good, though. I mean, I didn't think Baylor would be good, but I mean,
We'll see.
Winning the Stillwater and they're down 7
in the 4th quarter. Well, I thought that would be a little bit more high scoring, didn't you?
Yeah.
14-7, Oklahoma State entering the 4th.
And they said the Big 12 plays no defense. Man, you got a defensive game there.
So a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Aggies down by 5 now. Which, if you kick the extra point there, CT, you still need a touchdown.
Still down a touchdown. But now it's one of those things. They go down and kick a field goal. It's still a 1-score game, but now you have to have the touchdown and the 2. You're Mike Elko. I mean, what are you coming out doing?
And I don't know. It's been. He knows more about football. He's forgotten more about football than I know. So, in his career at A&M, he has been very good at making adjustments.
Yeah.
Now the deal is here is that you're doing it with 2 true freshmen in the secondary,
right? And I mean now
against and your best defender, your best secondary player, having a rough night.
He struggled. I mean, so do you go to Deuce Harmon here on the outside, Harmon and Chappelle? Do you go to those guys? I mean, with Jones struggling the way he is.
I think you ride your guy, man. I think you say, look, I know it's been rough, but we need one play out of you.
Yeah.
Mississippi State has 18 yards rushing.
And
18.
What's their what are they looking at as far as bat? Three what? There he is, 337. He's missed 8 times tonight.
34-42. That's an incredible efficiency rate.
They're gonna throw it. I mean, and some of these throws though, they're just glorified sweeps. I mean, it's just a way to get the ball on the edge.
Yeah, we said in the first half, it's their run game.
Yeah. And they've got numbers down here again. There's another pass.
Yep. Going to get 9 on first down.
And Leon's slow to get up.
Clock stop for something.
Leon, I think Leon still might be down. So now who do you insert back there now?
So Antonio Johnson's got to go to safety. That looks like it could be a shoulder or a collarbone or
Yeah.
I asked him about Shamar Turner injury. I don't know the extent of it, but he is in street clothes, and I think he was in a boot on the sideline. 2nd and 1 for State. I don't know what's going to happen with Keldrick Carper out, Brian Williams out, probably Jordan Gilbert, probably a freshman back there. So now you got 3 freshmen in the secondary. They run again. Eric Young sticking his nose in. Three true freshmen in the secondary for A&M.
We need to stop here. Man.
Another place down out. Their backs hurt. .35 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 1st and 10, Mississippi State from their own about 35-yard line. 37-yard line.
Guys, they
Leon back in the game.
he's just taking.
If it gets late, he's getting low.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard Stephen McGee say that on TexAgs Radio. If it gets late, you get low.
Mm-hmm.
But again, a lot of time back there.
A lot of time.
Looks like that's going to end the quarter here, CT.
Can't see them snapping it. He's trying to snap it again.
Well, they subbed. So go to the fourth, final 15. Mississippi State leads Texas A&M 24-19. They're facing about a 2nd and 7. Good. Defensive stop would be nice, Richard.
Yeah, a stop here would be great.
Yep.
I'll run.
I don't think I want Richard lining up at defensive tackle.
No. Tell you what, this has been a.
This too stressful for you, CT?
Oh, you see the legs are getting. Yeah, I brought this ball in here to try to give me something to do and occupy me. But
Yeah.
No, it's. 5-point game, 4th quarter. We need to stop. So I need somebody to step up and make a play. A turnover here would be great. I had no idea those two were as funny as they were.
The Manning brothers, they're incredible.
They're
Everything they do is funny.
And then go figure, the best quarterback in the nation comes from the oldest.
I know. Richard, there's some people in the chat that are asking Richard to get on stream because they think they call him eye candy.
My mom says the same thing. She thinks I'm cute.
How's it going back there?
He has to tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Back there? What do you mean? Like, just hanging out?
You and Dalton
Yeah.
aggressively tweeting?
Dalton's doing the tweeting.
Okay.
Let's see what my guy Dalton's talking about it.
What'd y'all eat? Oh, pizza rolls.
Pizza rolls. Thanks to Logan Lee.
Yep.
Double dates.
The great place that puts a smile on your face. They got the pizza if you're up on the morning or staying up late.
Is that
Yeah.
that's the jingle?
Double days.
Nice. You're a marketing dream. So are we gonna pull this out, CT? We gonna pull this out?
We're gonna pull this out. Defense is gonna get a stop. We're gonna pull this thing out. A&M scores 14 this quarter.
The ball has been bouncing away from A&M the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
A&M hadn't played well. But you go back and think about the bad snap from Arkansas that they recover, right? The ball off of Demas's shoulder.
Yep.
Every time the ball pops in the air from Mississippi State, there's not an A&M guy there to pick it. The ball, but you make your own breaks.
Yeah.
You do things right, the ball will fall your way.
They've been mistake free. I mean, then you look at penalty yards. I mean, what they have 2, maybe 3 penalties this game, and they've played a cleaner game than what we have.
I can think of 3 state penalties.
You know, we thought one would hurt them, the penalty to back them up inside the 25, and then they go on a drive, and it didn't matter. So he's been really good.
Rogers has been exceptionally good.
And Polk, I mean, he's been equally.
Yeah,
as
Jalen's
good.
in a good spot there, CT. Just
got
tangled.
tripped up.
They're sawing them off at Kyle. 2nd and 6 from the 41.
Yeah, a lot of time.
A lot of time to Polk again.
And I wonder
there's
if
a flag down.
I wonder if there's something they saw on tape that they could take. I mean, because he's got 13 catches.
Well,
There's a break.
There's a break,
You're talking
CT.
about it.
Here we go.
But
think
there was pressure there, right?
You may need to stay.
Stand by.
Okay, I'll stick around.
Chat, do you think Richard should stay or go?
Things change, then I'll bring my.
And I mean, look, I mean, he steps the pocket, and he's clean.
But they brought pressure
Yeah.
and made these offensive linemen block one-on-one. 2nd and 16. LSU scores on Auburn quick.
I mean, LSU is they're not. I don't think they're a great football team.
They got
But
good
they got
players.
some guys that can play.
Bring 3. Here's that tunnel screen.
Oh.
There's the deflection again, CT. If that ball goes a little higher, the Aggies have the lead.
But I mean, even on that one, and I'm looking at Jalen. He doesn't look in the game. I mean, he wasn't chasing that. He wasn't chasing that ball down.
3rd and 16. Got to get here. Got to get it stopped here.
You look for tunnel screen,
Yep.
some type of screen. I
You
think
tell
is
your
coming
offensive,
right here.
defensive lineman to chase the football.
Yes.
DeMarvin wins.
Oh man.
Oh, they're going to call defensive holding.
Automatic first down.
That is going to be a 10-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
And there's that play again. We get them off the field.
Pass interference. That's going to be 15. 15. Spot of the foul. Excuse me, spot of the foul.
We're off the field.
Who did they get? Did they get Jalen?
No, they got White.
Yep.
To be honest, I mean it's
You grabbed him by the hip.
a good call.
You were close, Richard.
I mean,
You were close to getting us the stop we needed.
could still come up with a stop.
I think a turnover's coming.
Tackle.
There
Hold
you
on.
go.
Good. You know, we talked about the offensive line, CT, and those true freshmen playing, and it's just going to take snaps. Same deal with Tyreek Chappelle and Deuce Harmon.
Yeah.
You want them to be really good.
Uncatchable ball. He dove and got his hands.
Richard, you can't get so caught up in the chat.
I'm learning.
I will say this. I think Chappelle has played a solid game. He's missed a couple tackles, but you see, you know, he defended the long pass downfield. He came up, made a great tackle there. Oh, man. Here he comes with a blitz. They pick it up.
First down, Mississippi State.
Yep, they pick it up. They threw right into the blitz.
Yep. State across midfield now.
Man, that penalty hurts.
They picked it up. They slid the right way.
And I mean, when you
Will Rogers throws to the right guy.
Yeah.
24 first downs for Mississippi State.
Wow. And that's what we normally do to people.
There's their run.
Easy throw. Sure tackle.
Mike Leach has dialed it up tonight, CT.
Yeah. He's called a really good game. And then go back to that penalty for a second. I mean, White is in great position. And for some reason, I mean, he runs out to cover the receiver when all he has to do was stay home. The ball's coming right to him. You don't have to chase that. He's played a solid game. Now we've got to get off the field here. I think he goes for it here, though. I think this is 2 down territory.
Where are they at? The 44?
40. Yeah, they're right around the 44, 45.
I think you blitz him here. I think you light him up here, CT.
Just somebody has to get home.
1 for 5 on 3rd downs. Just haven't been in.
They haven't been in many. They haven't been in many of them.
Impressive.
Oh, they're on our 40.
Blitzed, beat, slant, first down, Mississippi State, and now it looks like Antonio Johnson is hurt. Nope, he's up.
Popping up. Who did he beat inside? I mean, 9 plays, 4-minute drive. This is. I got somebody wanting to talk to me over here. Run play.
Yep.
That's 5.
That might be 15. Got to hold him to 3 here now, CT.
Have to.
I mean, look how quick he's seeing the game tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Second and 5 from the 24-yard line for Mississippi State. A&M showing that same 3-down look they've shown all night. 11:20 remaining in the football game.
Oh, Clemens couldn't get him.
All right.
You out, Zane?
I don't think I
Good
was
effort.
I don't think I was the. good
We thought we were there, man.
We got to find something else. It's not me.
Yes, Dalton says we need a live chicken.
Man, this is a real thought. 0-2 to start SEC play with Bama coming to town. Still a lot.
Fade.
Nice play.
Good play.
Really nice play.
Again.
Yep.
Wow.
Understands the rule.
I'm fine with Mississippi State throwing that fade.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most low percentage throw they've gone after all night. He caught that ball. He's well out of bounds, though. You can read the chat here now, Richard.
How was this my fault?
You're supposed to be getting us a stop.
Y'all know I don't play on. I'm not on the team, right?
This is all your fault, Richard.
I'll take the.
Brandon says go to Northgate, Zane.
Might need to.
Oh,
this
nice.
one.
Nice play. There you go. There's a sack. Good job, DeMarvin.
I mean, second one of the night. How many dropbacks have they had, CT?
50. He's dropped back a ton. And we've only gotten to him 3 times. All right, 3rd and 11. We got to play clean here and get off the field.
How long does this drive? 12, 13 plays?
It was 9 a minute ago. Yeah,
Yep.
it's you're probably sitting at about.
Got to force a
10.
field goal. That's going to be a hold, by the way. I mean, if they jump the is he off?
You know, that looks like holding.
Holding.
Back here. Yeah.
What a jump by Tyree Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Decline it.
Specialist, right?
Decline it. Make them kick it.
That's what. Yeah.
That was a really, really, really good.
They're going to take the penalty?
Well,
So I mean,
Mississippi State's field goal kicker must have issues.
well, you see, he's already missed one today.
oh yeah,
He
I
missed
see.
one
There's the
second
pool.
Yeah,
quarter.
but
Yeah. I
It
mean,
wasn't that long.
I-
It
now,
was-
here comes a screen. They're going to try to get that 10 back.
here's what scares you.
A PI,
There
a
you
defensive
go.
holding.
Anything defensively gives them a first down.
I don't know about that, CT. I don't know if I'd taken that flag.
Whew.
That's a gamble.
You're gonna. I mean, I bet it is loud in there, but I mean, a lot can happen here.
42 from right there.
What happened?
What?
False start.
Delay game or false start?
False start.
Well, good call, CT. 12th man making a little bit of an
Man.
impact.
They're gonna be.
I mean,
even
Mike
louder.
Lick, he's had that same snooter in. He's got a full lip in.
A snooter. I've never heard that
Yeah.
slang before.
Hadn't been in the right crowds
Yeah.
yet, man. It's-
He got one packed in.
I agree with that.
That's what moving to Starkville does to you.
I'm sure you had that habit.
I got a
well
couple.
before
I
you
got a
moved to
couple.
Lubbock.
Got a couple buddies, man. I mean, they can lay down with one and wake up and be just fine.
Yeah,
the
my
next
grandfather
morning.
used to sleep with one in.
Hey,
Now it gets a little more interesting, CT, if you can get a no gain, but I bet they're going to. He
Sorry,
jumped
it
off the edge
again.
God, he's off that
They gave
edge.
delay game or false start. See, Tyree's wanting to delay a game.
Oh,
Yeah,
timeout.
I wonder. So if you're a defensive player, defensive end, like Tyree is right there, he's looking probably at the play clock
Mhm.
and going, "This ball's got to go soon."
Got to
So, yeah.
snap. And I mean, he's getting off. He's coming off that edge. He's coming off the edge fast.
Nice job, 12th man. How's it sound on TV? Chat.
Dalton screams
Dalton.
loud.
Thanks, Dalt.
Hey,
Dalton's
you
the
know,
best, man.
you
I
might
love
be
it.
okay though.
We'll see. Oh, don't.
Don't say anything, Chris.
I feel a turnover coming. I don't know. See, I'm getting
Something's got to give.
I'm
right?
getting antsy legs right now,
A&M's played a
man.
couple of games in a row where there's only been one turnover and it's been fluky. Like,
We need ball pop in the air right here. Who's the fastest defender we got?
Tyreek Chappelle.
We needed to pop in the air and get into hit. No, DeMarvin, no.
He almost had that pick six against Bama last year.
He'll need an oxygen tank after that run.
whoa,
Has anyone had a Crystal burger?
what is that?
Crystals is like a food chain.
Is that no, that's White Castle I'm thinking
Yeah.
about.
Do we have a White Castle in College Station?
No.
Mm-mm. They can
Is
get
that like
that.
in Northeast?
Don't no, that's like Midwest. Don't bring that here. That's-
So another issue is that this drive for state has gone on a while,
Mhm.
and you're limited in your possessions now.
Yeah. Now, where you may have gotten maybe 3 at the very most. You might get it 2 more
Mhm.
times now.
Curious about Dalton, what Dalton means by that horn tweet. There's some things that are just for us, Richard.
There are. We can't give away all the TexAgs secrets.
And there hasn't been a reason for Richard to blow his horn yet.
Phrasing.
Phrasing. Does Dalton have his flip flops on?
Yes,
Of course he does.
he does.
All right, 3rd and 26, coming back to live action here.
He's a flip flop in December kind of guy.
Yeah, I was thinking, man, that's what I need a job where I can show up in flip flops, man. That
Because
is
things really got bad during the pandemic. We just rolled out of bed and showed up. And the culture hasn't changed since.
3rd and 26, enormous play. Tunnel screen, got to go tackle
good tackle.
Good tackle.
Great tackle, Hansford.
because it looked like that was a pretty good call.
He had some room. Now,
Well, Donnie's here. Time to shut down the
no.
chat.
Oh, shoot him, Dalton.
Dalton, shoot that guy.
this is about the spot where he missed from.
This is going to be
Earlier.
40 something, right?
I think he missed
44.
47 earlier.
44.
It was closer than that, wasn't it?
I thought it was. It's 44. I mean, it's right.
I thought he was
middle.
missed earlier.
that's
They
false
jumped.
start. It's going to be 49 now. That's a great play.
I wonder. I mean, that was the defensive tackle just shifting
they
over,
just
and
shifted.
he reacted to it.
He shifted and flinched.
It doesn't look like Leach has spit the whole half.
That's a vet.
He's had that same dip spit in his mouth the entire half.
He's a vet, man. I would alert alert.
Richard, you should
Easy,
know.
easy now.
You should know.
Alert the fake here. Oh, he
Missed it. Wow. 12th man, CT. 12th man stepped up
Yes,
big there.
that was
Defense
huge.
did, but that crowd had a huge impact on
Huge
that.
impact. I can only imagine how loud it is in there.
Richard?
Yeah,
I'll set myself up with a seat,
yeah, sit
okay?
down.
Okay.
You,
I
didn't know you were
Go
doing.
grab my computer.
we
and
got
come
to
back.
stop.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to grab my computer. Chill out with the boys.
We got to stop.
185 M Dunn says, "Good God, I miss college girls." Again, we can't hear. We don't have any volume, but it looks like a madhouse inside Kyle.
If A&M comes back and well, let me rephrase it. When A&M comes back and gets this win, man, I can. It's going to be pandemonium in College Station tonight. I need to make sure I get to my room and
Get settled.
yes.
Donnie says, "Can someone run some beer over to Munson Avenue?"
No.
Dalton,
I love the flops, man.
Dalton, analyze the 12th man in that drive. Dalton says loud. Are you interested in helping Donnie get beer?
Yeah, tell him I got a sixer out here in the lawn.
It's going to require him to get out of his house. Donnie,
He said he's driving back from the wedding. Amy's driving.
Oh. Dalton says he's got a sixer for you here at the office.
But who plans a wedding during football season?
I got a sixer for the next subscriber that's stopped by the office.
How
How about that?
about that?
Oh,
Dalton,
man.
Shiner beer.
Dalton is giving away a 6-pack of beer, courtesy of our friends at Shiner Beers, to the next person, the next TexAgger that stops by the office and says, "Dalton, I want beer." That's the password.
Dalton, I
Dalton.
want beer.
I want beer.
Don't go to the front door.
You'll need to come to the front door.
Imagine there's like an all-out sprint heading towards TexAgs.
Was that a good tweet you just put out?
I'm not tweeting.
That's right.
I'm typing up the post-game review.
I still think you've got to get back to what was successful last drive. Spiller, more Spiller, and more Spiller. You get back to that. No.
I wouldn't hesitate to go the A chain in the flat
Mhm.
because it was there. We just didn't. They didn't fit it up on the outside.
Yeah. I mean, you have a shot here at Demas downfield. You've got a shot. Safety snug to the hat.
Now he's rolled over to the middle.
You've
of the
got a
field.
shot. Take it. Oh my God. Uh-oh. That could be
A-chain
trouble.
busts out. He's on the move, Richard.
Get a block. Get a block. Get a block. Get a block.
You can't be ahead of the stream, Richard. He's on game changer. Everybody's
I'm not going to do it anymore. My bad.
yes. That you can't do that on a live stream. What's wrong with
He
you?
said, I'm not going to do that anymore.
I'm going to do that.
That's what he can do, CT.
Man.
Game changer.
It's fast.
What happened
Got
here?
a timeout.
State called a timeout. Their second one.
Yeah.
It must be a little raucous in there.
Wish they let you set a booth. have your
I know.
table like Monday night.
Let's see. Play side, Robinson misses, and then that's
I just think
he's not a big dude.
No, I think that's fatigue though.
See Zero running after him going home. This angle ain't right.
That is Mo City speed.
Mo City speed by the Mo City Vaughn. Look at
The Mo City Bronx.
Look at Zero going. My angle's got to get deeper.
His angle kept changing.
Richard, you're getting called out in the chat
Why?
because you 41 yards while he's still running the ball.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. We all make mistakes. I'm not perfect.
Donnie says, Richard, pray to your Dodgers rosary.
That's Catholic. I'm not.
Yeah, Richard is not Catholic. A&M run for 174 tonight.
Wow.
A-Chain again.
Three. I still think there's an opportunity. I mean, you saw safety roll middle of the field. You've got one-on-one. And I think it comes down to Jimbo. I mean, do you want to put it up? But I still believe our athlete is better than their guy. I mean, I've seen Demas. I've seen the freakish things that he can do when the ball's in the air. Now, I think he's wide here. I mean, he's not giving himself a huge opportunity, but you've got man-to-man coverage again. Safety's in the middle of the field.
2nd and 7 from the 25-yard line.
Now they roll the zone. Oh,
Demas.
You got to let it go. Get upfield. Oh, we got to get that first.
He's short. Well, they're going to give it to him.
A really favorable spot.
Looks like Anias,
That
but
was
man,
nice.
he's missed the slant a lot tonight.
He
CT
missed it. Oh, they gave us.
This gave us a really
They are mad on me.
Hurry. That's a super favorable spot.
Yeah, Demons.
No, he's a 4 yards short.
snap the ball.
Snap it. Let's go.
Snap
Zach.
the ball.
There you go. You got Demas. That was a hold too. He got held. He got held on that play.
I don't mind that throwaway.
No. Now, if we get here
Again, though, I like that play action changing the spot.
do you take the field goal?
It depends on what the clock looks like.
Man, I think if it's around 5 minutes, I mean,
Oh, no.
Oh man.
Yes.
Now
that comes into play. I would love
huge
to
stop
see-
by State. 2nd down. They were late getting there. Kenyon Green lets a guy run through. Got edge pressure on the top side from the left tackle. 3rd and 14. Gracious sakes.
And you've got points here.
State going to play coverage. Rush 4. Good protection.
Yeah.
Had him and overthrew him. He had Anias Smith in the corner of the end zone for a go-ahead touchdown and just missed him. Now you have to take the field goal attempt. Had him, CT.
Oh my goodness. That's a real. He threw a good ball. He just
missed
it.
him. To where it should have gone.
Yep. That corner route's been there all night.
Mhm.
It's been there all night. Oh no, they did us the same
Yep,
exact way.
same way. Ball start. Derek Connor on the field goal team. Now it's around 50 yards. 45. 44. So Seth Small, who knocked it through, will have to do it again now from 5 yards further back. 44-yard field goal for Seth Small. and it's good. Seth Small, man.
Man, he's been
The kicker and punter tonight have been sensational.
they've
CT.
been great. Getting antsy. All right.
7
All right.
plays, 42 yards, 2 minutes, 28 seconds.
Couple of first downs, and it gets real tight.
It's super tight. At what point do we start using time? I don't think you use them right off. I think you play. Mississippi State hadn't shown a desire to run the football.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that they're able to run the football. I think our front has controlled that, but they've utilized that short passing game to be able to be their run game, and they've been efficient with doing it. So A&M has to make a play. I still think there's a turnover coming though. What you working on? Oh, post game, huh?
Richard, you're getting called a gamer.
I'm a gamer? What's that mean?
You're working and sticking it out. TJ Finley has been inserted into the game for LSU or against LSU.
Man, Bo Nix must be
They
be
benched
playing.
him last week. I thought he was done.
I thought he got hurt.
He's not playing well at all then. And Finley, he wants to stick it to LSU, so Texas A&M football tweet. Okay. Richard, you a big UFC fan?
Not really.
He's a
man.
big UFC fighter.
No, I haven't really ever gotten into it.
He's going to fight Gabe Bach one day.
Maybe.
I
If the opportunity presents itself.
We could sell that.
Oh man.
We could sell it.
What does the chat think?
Chat, Gabe versus Richard. Who you got? 10-0 LSU's up on Auburn.
I used to be a huge boxing fan.
Did you really?
And then the sport just
UFC just passed it up.
I mean, you don't have any big fights. I mean, there are no big fights. You had
Who's the best boxer in the world right now?
I would
Still
probably say no. Well, I mean,
retired.
probably say Canelo.
Tyson Fury. No.
I mean, when he hit Wilder and busted his eardrum last fight. They fight
One vote.
next
No,
Saturday.
2 votes. They're both wrong.
Old man strength. Gabe sleeps and wow.
Oh, he puts you to
That's
sleep.
Okay, that's John Ruth.
Oh.
That doesn't count. You want to talk UFC though? John's big UFC guy.
Well, let's see if we can talk 3 and out here.
So,
Kick off through the
CT,
end zone.
I just watched my first UFC fight. It was that McGregor fight.
Yeah.
And not 5 minutes before the fight started, I asked my buddy John if I was going to see any messed up stuff in that fight. He said, there's a chance.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Connor shatters his ankle on television.
The last 2 times.
Not ready for that.
Last 2 times, man. He's been brutalized in the octagon.
All right, back to football. Right?
Here we go. We need to stop. That left tackle struggling. I mean, do you insert
Overload him a little bit.
Yep.
See if you can edge pressure him.
Oh, we got to get this guy on the ground. Good, Leon. All that for 3. Goodness.
It looked like everybody stopped. I thought there may have been a whistle.
And that, I mean, you know what?
He's gonna get us in trouble.
Yeah.
God, he's thrown for almost 400 yards today. My God, he's thrown it 54 times.
Said Richard, he needs a pitch count. Will Rogers.
How's that not a penalty? He was in formation there.
They were subbing. Good play, Leon. Was he early? Or was
No, we're
he was
good.
right on
time?
We're good. Insert Johnson. Let's go.
Okay, so he's 48 for 55 or
388 yards.
43 of 55.
Maybe a touch
388.
early. Maybe a touch early.
And I like the no call.
They called nothing, so he was right on top. That's what that means.
That's a bang bang. I
Third
love
and
the no
7.
call.
12th man making a lot of noise.
Oh, you don't have Johnson on the field.
Yep, he's banged up. No, he's up. Look at it just above Clemens at the line of scrimmage.
Antonio?
Pressure.
No, I would love to have seen Tyreek Johnson.
Wow. That
That's
has to
too
be a
much.
bust.
Goodness gracious.
That has to be a bust, CT. That's an easy 8-yard completion on 10-yard completion on 3rd and 7.
What do you get? Oh,
There's something not right there. Eric Young running to like he was running to cover.
there's nothing to there's
Right.
nothing to cover there.
State going to slow down a little bit, start snapping it with under 10 each time.
This is a screen.
Get him
You
to the
gotta help.
ground.
Get some.
The guys are gassed. That's their 70th play tonight.
Man. Now we've got to start thinking timeout. I think you get a stop here.
You get
You gotta
One.
use one. Yeah, they won't snap this until 5 on the play clock.
need a stop.
I still would love to see Tyreek Johnson here. Oh,
Did it just
now you
enough.
time out. Now you time out.
Do you? There's going to be
It's gonna
probably
be
your
2
next
minutes.
set. If they get the first down here, you use them on the other side. Man, that was a big bust on 3rd down.
Yeah.
3rd and 4. State's been really stinking good on 3rd down.
I mean, they got the same look on the outside. Slot's gonna run 8-10 yards, and he's gonna sit at crossers. Nice.
Oh, that's going to be targeting.
I can't see it. He didn't hit him in the head. He hit him in the chest.
Is that not targeting?
You
No.
can review it after the fact.
I think it's a great play by him. I think he was in the chest.
You don't see hits like that.
Not get flagged. Yeah,
Nah.
that hit.
I think he's in the chest.
We'll see. They're going to go to review.
He's in the
Oh,
Now,
chest.
he is shoulder to shoulder.
Wow.
He's low.
Okay, so we've talked about it since I've been in here. Tyreek Chappelle has played an incredible
played-
4th quarter to go along with a good game.
He's played a really, really good game.
All right, so the Aggies are going to get it back.
You know what would
They're
be
going to
great
look at
here?
this targeting. Nope.
You know what would be great here? A nice.
He's off. We're offside. Ooh.
We're good.
24 was offside, lined up offside. He got back. Somebody on the sideline screamed at him.
Get on side. All right, we got to go 9.
Fair catch at the 12-yard line.
We got to go. Where we got to go? 80, 88. 236. This is what we want. It's a really good game.
Yes. I don't know about the overall quality of the two opponents,
Yeah.
but it's been a very competitive football game.
It's a good game. I man, again, Chappelle, Richard, you said it, man. He's played a good football game tonight.
I'll pay $1,000 to a charity of a winner's choice to see Zane versus Gabe MMA for boxing.
Oh, but that's Donnie.
Yeah. You don't think he'll pay?
He's spending Amy's
No, he's got Bitcoin. We talked about
money. Oh,
it.
he's got Bitcoin?
He's got Bitcoin.
I want Dalton as the ref, though.
Dalton is Mills Lane.
Yeah, he's got to officiate the thing.
If Dalton's the ref, then it's fixed in my favor.
I don't know. It may not be. That could go against
So
you.
that's the thing, though. If I lose, Dalton's got to live with me and hear me whine about it. So he doesn't want to hear that.
That is true.
Question here, CT. Who's your running back to start the drive?
I think you put both of them on the field.
Well, you haven't done that all night. That's why I asked. And if you get into pass sets, passing down, Spiller's your better blitz.
He's your better pickup guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think you go obviously Anais and Watermeyer. I mean, Isaiah's he's a great receiver in his own right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you have to start with Isaiah. It's just, I mean, I think Mississippi State's defense is gassed. I mean, just like our
It's
guys.
your best big play guy.
I know. But Isaiah has shown the ability to go to the house.
And you don't have to get. It's not like there's 30 seconds.
Right.
Left.
I think you run. I mean, everything's on the table here. You can still run the football. I think you just have to move faster.
Richard, can I get an updated count on Calzada's numbers?
Calzada's numbers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been decent. He's 12 of 19 for 135, touchdown, and
that is
interception.
You know what kind of line that is? That is a like NFL backup on a really good team line.
Yeah.
You know, like Tom Brady's out, so his backup comes in. That's the line he has. There it is right there. 12 of 19 for 135.
And he did have the rushing
He did
touchdown.
have the rushing touchdown last time A&M got into the end zone. Aggies could use that again. Starting at their own 11-yard line.
And they come out with Anais and I-Chain both in the back. No, that's Isaiah. We can't have that one. That's the one.
No gain. Loss of one. Some of those hurt guys on the sideline. Again, A&M started the night without 9 starters or key contributors, Richard.
There's a lot.
Ooh.
Almost intercepted.
All right, guys.
Well, if you punt it back to them quick, you can call your time. Now you've got to.
You're going to be tight.
Good play. Jump that deep comeback. 3rd and 11 for the Aggies. Really, that first down play made it tough for you.
They're offside.
They look offside.
You can't go that way.
That's going to be a safety.
You can't go that way.
Wow.
And that is awareness right now. I mean, game-winning field goal is off the table.
Yep.
It's like Jimbo said, what are you doing?
Can't go that way, CT. The ball's either got to come out or you got to step up into that.
Yeah.
Nathan Pickering made the play for Mississippi State. That's a kid A&M recruited really hard. Saw him at Under Armour All-American game. All right, so 202, now 26-22, Mississippi State. A&M can still get it back. You're going to have a free kick here, which when you got Caden Davis and Nick Constantino, it's not that, the negated yardage on the kickoff that you'll lose. Not that big of a deal. You were going to punt it anyway.
Yeah.
The big difference there is that now you got to go score.
You swing you get the field position. Hopefully you get it back in your favor. Now they're not going to let him, or are we going onside here?
No, I don't know if that was the right call there. If you kick that deep, CT,
you still have a chance.
You have 2 timeouts.
Now
they're in field goal range.
They punt and you get it back with maybe a minute and a half to go.
Right.
Now you give it
maybe
to
a
them.
minute to go.
And a field goal here, 7-point game, but you've got to hold them to a field goal here.
Ooh, I don't know about that call. Caden Davis has an enormous leg.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi State had guys lined up.
They were ready for it.
Yep. Let's see what State – they're going to try to run it here, huh? Try to make A&M burn their timeouts.
I couldn't imagine them putting this ball in the air. Set the edge. Good. There's a timeout.
So 4-yard gain for State on first down. Aaron Hansford slow to get up. Aggies call timeout. 1:58 remaining.
Man, they run that 40 seconds. When you look at it, minute 20, you get 2 stops. You get it back on a punt. Little over a minute to go.
Right. Wouldn't surprise me to see a tunnel screen.
That thing has been close.
Or a bubble.
They're breaking.
But it's pretty safe for them. Like we said,
throw.
Yeah.
Where is, I think you find 6 here.
And 10.
He looks up top. No, content on running it.
Oh, short.
He's short. No, they gave it to him.
Well, it depends on where this spot is.
He's standing right on that line.
He looks short, if that line's correct. But where they're spotting it is a first down Mississippi
like
State.
First down.
So A&M chooses not to take the timeout. Let's see. Do some math, CT. 40-second play clock. You can stop it once.
He's
way short.
He's way short of that. That's a terrible. Well, I mean, you know. 40 seconds takes us well inside. Takes us down to 40-something. I don't think they don't have to snap it again.
I think it's over.
Yeah. Math tells me they can kneel this thing and run it out. Especially if he takes the snap and he takes a few steps back. Yeah, he can kneel it and run it out.
They've got some kind of, I know the coaches, they had to have some kind of, the clock's on this at this time.
Yeah, there it is.
So the Aggies won't get a chance to get the ball back. Doesn't look like it, at least.
That one timeout. Remember that timeout at the start of the half? Or on the 2-point play?
2-point play. But, I mean, you're nitpicking, and that's what you do in a close game. But there are a lot of other reasons why A&M is going to lose this game tonight.
Yeah.
State going into victory formation. CT, I appreciate you coming back, man.
Yeah, this is great. I'm 0 for 2. I don't know that I need to come back here anymore.
All right, Aggies will drop a 26-22 decision to Mississippi State with Alabama coming in next week. And 3-2 overall will probably drop out of the top 25. And seems like a really uphill task next week.
Yeah, I mean, and you look at the rest of the schedule. I mean, you know, Bama comes to town. You still got Ole Miss sitting on the schedule. You know, Auburn's always a tough one coming to Kyle.
Yeah. Ole Miss throws the ball around.
Yeah, and then, I mean, you've got LSU. I mean, you know they have a ton of athletes. But You know,
You worry about motivation from this point forward, man.
yeah. You look at the stat. I mean, you can't give up 400 yards passing
Right.
and expect to win a football game. So that's gonna do it.
That's it. Mississippi State comes into Kyle Field and wins 26-22. TexAgs post-game show with David Nuno and other guests will be on this YouTube channel shortly, as well as on TexAgs.com. Looking forward to hear Luch and everybody else's thoughts as this one concludes. All right, we'll be back here next week, A&M and Alabama on the watch along. Thank you guys for tuning in.